across the country already affirm parents' rights to access the instructional materials used in the classroom. But after the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty revealed some Wisconsin school districts were demanding as much as $5,000 to respond to simple public records requests about content in a handful of courses at a handful of schools, state lawmakers recognized that the vague assurances currently on the books offer parents no meaningful rights at all. Similar tales are playing out across the nation. In response, states as diverse as North Carolina, Arizona, Illinois, Texas, and Wyoming have already filed or advanced academic transparency legislation this year. Because wokeness is the left's religion, banning critical race theory or the 1619 Project won't fix the problem. The liberal education establishment will simply rename, rebrand, or repackage these insidious ideas to get around so-called bans. Instead, we must equip parents themselves with the tools to hold schools accountable for their programming decisions, to be able to see what is being taught and differentiate between activist and academically oriented schools before they have to make an enrollment decision. Schools, in turn, will find themselves under a meaningful spotlight for the first time. And those that don't want to alienate prospective parents and the substantial funding formula that comes with their kids' enrollment may finally have an incentive to veer away from political extremism on their own. Educators around the country have expressed their support for academic transparency legislation, pointing out that teachers already commonly submit their lesson plans to their principals or already keep track of the materials they assign in order to reuse them the next year. So there is little reason this information needs to be kept under lock and key. But of course, that hasn't stopped the education blob. Indeed, as if in a contest to out-dramatize each other, union allies have branded curricular transparency efforts as bullying and censorship, fascism, teacher abuse, intimidation and harassment, a conspiracy to prevent students from learning honest history. Hiding materials taught to children from their own parents seems a line politicians should be wary to cross. We'll see if their union funders push them to cross it. I'm former Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, author of the upcoming book, Hostages to the Cause, The Fight for Education and the Future of the American Child.
You've been listening to the Fox News Rundown. To hear the podcast version of this program, go to foxnewspodcasts.com. And for all the latest news, go to foxnews.com.
If you're like most people, you're probably more than a little concerned about the state of the world around us today. Strange times. The stock market all-time highs every day. U.S. debt never been higher right now. Dollars losing value. And let's not forget about inflation, the highest since 2008. Remember what happened in 2008. So how do you protect your money, your retirement, your savings? Well, many people, just like you, are turning to Old Faithful to protect themselves during these difficult times. And Old Faithful is real gold and silver from the Oxford Gold Group, the kind you can actually hold in your hands and have in your IRA. No better time than the present to protect your future and the future of your family. Call the Oxford Gold Group right now, 833-928-GOLD. They will send you their free guide on investing in gold and silver and answer all of your questions. Protect your money before things get even worse out there. Call the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-928-GOLD. Oxford is here to help you protect your savings and retirement. That's 833-928-GOLD.
Thank you, Southwest Florida, for thinking about our men and women serving overseas this time of year. It is so important that we remember them with Christmas cards. 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers 33902. But you can also drop them off at any one of 5 Mel's Diner locations around Southwest Florida. Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Bonita, and 2 in Naples. Thank you to Mel's Diner. 10,000 for the troops. 92.5 Fox News.
You've finally reached your savings goal, but how much will you really spend in retirement? Basic question,
maybe
but more than one-third of retirees underestimate their spending.
And I enjoy that process. People say, why don't you write your own lyrics? Well,
you're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers.
I love it.
You're also smart enough to know where to get help.
One of my
It's time
dearest
to
friends,
put
and I love him
things in order
so
with a
much.
fee-only
But why would I want to
fiduciary.
change something that gives me so much pleasure?
Stay tuned to hear more history as it unfolds before your ears. It's the audio archives of Fox News Talk.
Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler
From the
McCluskey
Fox
here,
News
and as an
Podcast
insurance
Network.
executive for the past 10 years, I now host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 95.
From sports and pop
I
culture
explain
to
everything you
politics
need
and
to know about
business.
the health
With the
insurance
help of
industry,
newsmakers
ensuring
and
you all have
personalities,
saved
I will
money. For
provide
more
you my
information,
free,
tune in this Saturday at
unfiltered,
11, or call now
uncancelable
for a free
opinion
quote
on the
at
hottest topics in America.
The Will Kane Podcast. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com or
even a left speaker sounds right when you're listening to 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Closing arguments are expected Monday at the Kyle Rittenhouse trial in Wisconsin. Prosecutors and defense attorneys, though, will be in court today to finalize with the judge how those jurors will be instructed. Rittenhouse is accused of murdering two people during protests in Kenosha last year. He claims it was self-defense, and his mother, Wendy, tells Fox.
He always wants to help people. Even since he was a little boy, that's all he wanted to do was help people. It doesn't matter if it was raking leaves for the neighbors, talking to them, or just being goofy.
Prosecutors say he went to those protests armed, looking for trouble. President Biden meets with his cabinet today about implementing the infrastructure spending plan passed by Congress that he'll sign into law on Monday. The Democrats are still trying to work out details of their big social and environmental spending plan. A draft version analyzed by the Tax Policy Center think tank finds that some low and middle class families would end up paying more in taxes, typically $100 or less more. Still, that goes against what the president's been saying about the bill.
This new nonpartisan tax analysis says if the president's massive social spending bill passes, 20 to 30% of middle-class households will pay more in taxes in 2022. Now, that breaks one of the president's core promises to not raise taxes on anyone making less than $400,000. And it comes as inflation is at that 30-year high. Prices are skyrocketing from fuel to food to furniture. This, as the chairman of the Federal Reserve warns relief may not come until well into next summer. That has some Democrats worried that the president's waited-out strategy spells trouble for Democrats in the midterms.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. A federal appeals court blocks today's release of Trump White House records to the House committee investigating the January 6th riot at the Capitol. The court says it's to allow time to hear arguments scheduled for November 30th. The former president says the records are protected by executive privilege. A lower court ruled, though, the only executive right now is President Biden. America's listening to Fox News.
You heard us right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right, all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out right now through Lee County, we have a crash on Palm Beach Boulevard near Dusty Trail. That's right between I-75 and State Road 31. So watch for Lee County deputies on scene, causing just a little bit of an eastbound slowdown along that stretch of Palm Beach Boulevard. We also have a crash on Bayshore Road heading out through North Fort Myers. That's right off of Slater Road at Twin Brooks Road. The roadway looks like it's just opening back up, but there are injuries, so you may still see a few emergency vehicles on scene. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a very mild and slightly muggy start to the day, look for temperatures warming back into the 80s today under a mostly cloudy sky. We could see a few showers in and around the area. They'll be very hit or miss. Many of us likely staying dry for the remainder of today and even into your Friday night, but be on the lookout for a quick downpour isolated across the area. As we head into tonight, we'll keep it the chance for just a stray shower. Saturday morning, waking up to another mild start near 68 degrees for overnight low. 82 for high on your Saturday. A few more showers possible throughout the day for Saturday, but once again, they'll be fairly hit or miss. As we into Sunday and a cold front continues to pass through the area for this upcoming weekend, we'll see a drop in humidity for your Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds, and then much cooler conditions with lows in the 50s as we kick off Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need. The host you trust. Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
Get ready for a night of solid gold with the Temptations. And the four.
Desk, Marty.
Gobble, gobble.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Gobble, gobble.
Hey, stop calling here.
Whoa, Marty, is this how you greet customers?
What's with the turkeys?
Well, Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey on price.
Turkey?
Victory Lane's carving up their overhead and passing the savings on to their customers.
Oh, how nice.
And Victory Lane's setting the table with over KBB for trades and Black Friday pricing on new Chevys.
Wait. They're paying overbooked value?
Uh-huh. Ready for seconds?
No, thanks. I'm on a diet.
Sounds like Marty's hangry. Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey all month long. Get over KBB value for your trade and get 0% financing on most Chevy SUVs in stock. New Silverados save an additional $2,500 off MSRP if you're a current Costco member. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. 0% with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 11/30/21.
Mel's Diner is talking turkey.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Watch the parade, enjoy the dog show, and go to Mel's Diner 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak with super salad, choice of potatoes and green beans and corn. Incredible, only $15.99. Key lime fish, $17.99. Or Mel's slow roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinner, $19.99. Thanksgiving kids meals, just $9.99. Order Mel's famous holiday meals to go. Serving up to 6 with your choice of fresh roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins. And as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserved by November 23rd. Mel's Diner does it all. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. Thank you for joining us today and starting off your Jake Day with this very program. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching. Jake is ready to go. He is completely and utterly checked out today, more than usual, because there's more things going on behind the scenes than you can imagine. More technical glitches and issues, but he is, I'd say he's hard at work, but he's pretty much, no, you're hard at work getting it together. Don't be frustrated.
Yeah,
it's
hard
your,
at work, isn't it? Good.
Come on, it's your day today. Don't let the technical issues bring you down, because it is Jake Day.
Speed bag in here, man.
Right, the speed bag it, exactly. Listen, we're gonna talk about a lot of different things. The Joe Biden Satchel Paige story is interesting. We're going to get to coming up in just a little bit. Also, the trickery, the accounting trickery that's hiding the true costs of the Build Back boondoggle price tag. We're going to get to some of that coming up as well. And also, nothing to worry about. There's about 2 million at-home COVID tests that have been recalled because of false positives. But nothing to worry about. I'm sure it's just fine. I mean, it's oh boy. So there's a little bit of that as well.
you want to get into a little bit of what we talked about this morning? Do we want to say that? Pushing through. This is a valuable lesson for kids. Pushing through. When times get tough, when things get weird, you just got to push through. You got to make your own. You got to make your own way in this life, and you don't worry about what other people do. You push through. And so when there's problems going on, you figure out, you find your lane, and if somebody's in their lane, you get out of their lane and you make your own lane, and that's what you do. And there's all kinds of ways to pull that off. That's my message to Jake. I did that on the air. I know I probably shouldn't have, but it's Friday and we're family, and so you kind of just to let you know that Jake's he's a little sad today. We're trying to bring him up, cheer him up a little bit. And you can do this, Jake. You can do this. Okay, he's completely checked out of me, not even paying attention. All right. 239-479-5592. Oh, gosh, there's so many places that I want to go this morning to start off with. The Rittenhouse case, it was Tulsi Gabbard who spelled it out clearly and succinctly in less than 20 seconds. And let's just break it all down. Through everything that has happened in the Rittenhouse case, some of the hilariousness that's going on to try to attack the judge, because apparently, maybe, we're not really sure, but it's possible that his ringtone is Proud to be American, and the Lee Greenwood song, and it went off, or it was some kind of patriotic song that went off during the trial, and people are beside themselves because it shows bias, because how dare he have something that would be positive to this country, and that clearly is the bias that we need to throw this case out. You know how the court of public opinion works, and there's more to that coming up. When you have the spokesperson for Kyle Rittenhouse, yes, he needs a spokesperson, going on Newsmax and talking about how disgusting it is that the left in this country and the media is pushing a race narrative. Yes, they're making it about race, everybody. Even Vox was talking about white tears they were bringing up yesterday, that you got to stop with this because this is what they do. Not kidding. Whether or not we believe Kyle Rittenhouse's emotional display on the stand may be irrelevant. Because they're talking about the enduring power and privilege of white tears, particularly in a courtroom. That's right. It's about white tears. This is what white people do. Vox, once again, Kyle Rittenhouse's tears. The 18-year-old who shot 3 men at a protest took the stand and resorted to a tried-and-true strategy for white men in trouble. That is to cry. The tears of a white man. That is what the leftist media has been saying, painting a picture. But through all of this, as we see it, Tulsi Gabbard broke it down probably as best and succinct as you're going to hear in this case. And it's something to take away. We're going to play some of that audio, but I wanted to play hers as well, because this is it, everybody. This is the case in a nutshell. If you're not following the case closely, or you are, either way, here it is.
The prosecutor in this Rittenhouse trial obviously did not do his due diligence before making the decision to prosecute. This tragedy never would have happened if the government had simply carried out its responsibilities to protect the safety, lives, and property of innocent people.
There it is. And doesn't matter what you think about Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard's someone who clearly gets it. Democrat, maybe leaning moderate Democrat. I don't know. You know, she's positioning herself for the future in a political... It doesn't matter. That's it, everybody. That, in a nutshell, breaks it all down. It's all you need to know if you're trying to figure out the case in Kyle Rittenhouse and what happened there on that day, and the rioting that was going on with Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all the destruction that was happening after the Jacob Blake case and everything that was going on, the fires and the burning and the looting and the destruction and Kyle Rittenhouse being there. All you need to know is that it never would have happened if the government had simply carried out its responsibilities to protect the safety, lives, and property of innocent people. Isn't that what we're missing in all of this? It's amazing because we don't focus on that anymore. I mean, we did. We did talk about how in 2020, there were rioting and looting and different cities being destroyed by these looters and rioters. And we saw it all taking place. And it looked like it was something that was allowed to happen. And governments and administrations were not doing anything at the time in their cities and their states to stop all of this from happening. It was as if it was coordinated. You know what I'm saying? And all you had to do was shut it down. Shut it down. If they simply carried out the responsibilities to protect the safety, lives, and property of innocent people, we wouldn't be in this position. You can go through politics and due diligence and prosecutors and what they knew and did not know as this case started, and they knew plenty. Prosecutors that were handed a case that they were demanded to take, that they had to go through with, knowing full well what this was going to be, and some of the spin now that has come out of this trial to try to figure out a lane, some place to go to make this work for them. And all they had to do is have law enforcement doing their jobs in Kenosha, and we wouldn't even be in this position. And all over the country. The Kenosha mobs were already emboldened by rioters. In other cities across the country, everybody was seeing what was happening at the time. They were allowed to run through the cities, burn and loot and destroy. You remember all of this. How quickly sometimes people forget. Not you, not me, but I'm saying in the media. Well, they never remember it anyway. As a matter of fact, they didn't have a problem with it as long as it fit the narrative. It was. And look, if you think that's hyperbolic and you don't like what I just said, what were you doing as a Democrat to call up representatives in the state that you live in where these things were happening? Because a lot of people listen to this program all over the country. That's really a question to be answered. What were you doing? What were you doing to help to get the word out to your representatives, local, state, to demand that they stop this, to do something, to move in? So that's where it becomes a question about even something we're going to talk about in just a little bit, the criminal justice reform that people have been talking about. Who was it at Red State, right? Wasn't it? That's who it was. Yeah, it was at Red State that they were talking about this particular situation and the concerns that many people have about what could have been done at the time and where we are right now. And even some of the audio. Let me play some of that for you right now, because you could see where the direction we are going right now. Very, very bad place. Because when you heard the prosecutor saying,
your videos that you have captured of
this is the prosecutor talking to Drew Hernandez, and the story that's being told about what was happening and what he was witnessing on the ground, and the story that was being told of Kyle Rittenhouse and the shooting, and you see the direction right away.
Your videos that you have captured of these incidents that you call riots, they're very slanted against the people who are rioting. You characterize them as Antifa, Black Lives Matter rioters, correct?
Because they are rioting in the footage, yes, absolutely.
Oh, wait a minute. You can't say that. You suggesting that Antifa, Black Lives Matter, is that the suggestion here? That these are rioters? Is that what you... Even the suggestion of you pointing out two specific groups and then claiming that these are people that are rioting, rioters, that was the sole purpose of them being there, almost to like stoke something in the media and in the public as to where this case is going. When I bring up the issue of race, it was yesterday on Newsmax where Kyle Rittenhouse's spokesperson was asked about audio from MSNBC. And listen, if you don't think this is going into a direction of race, implying that Kyle Rittenhouse is a white supremacist, and that's what this is all about, and it's the white tears and white supremacy. Listen.
The whole breaking down and dry heaving in court, that was one thing that we didn't see from Zimmerman, but, making himself the victim.
Joy, today the jurors saw what must be the greatest performance of Kyle Rittenhouse's life. He was well prepared by his defense attorneys to disrupt his image as a trigger-happy vigilante who went on a shooting rampage. This is white privilege on steroids.
Oh, what? This is what they're saying on MSNBC. Now, granted, the good news is that Joy Reid and MSNBC, they don't have quite the audience that they think they have, that people would hear this. But these videos do go viral. And Kyle Rittenhouse's spokesperson on Newsmax yesterday is like, this is what we're talking about.
They've been trying to make this argument from day one. The facts, there's nothing about race involved in this right now, and people continue to try to make it that way. It's just not true. It's just factually untrue. So I just think that is absolutely abhorrent that people continue to try to put this and paint it through a lens of race. It's not. It never has been from the very start, period, full stop.
I have to be honest. I heard people talking about this yesterday, talking about the race issue in this, the component of race, and how you're going to get to that place. And I thought, well, how do you do that? I know people have brought this up before. You have any idea how many people don't even know the race of the people, the two people that Kyle Rittenhouse killed? Do you know how surprised they were? I mean, if you go on Twitter, if you Google it, you'll find how many people are just shocked that they had no idea. They don't know that the two people that were killed were white. They thought through the media, because of the way the media has discussed this case, that they were black. This is the way it's been. This narrative that's so many things that the media has put out there and continue to do even to this day, with all the evidence, whether it's the video and the evidence and what took place and everything that's happening during the case, and then before and even after all of those things, assuming that people aren't watching, that they could go in this direction, just like MSNBC did, to paint this picture. I didn't think it would go there, but I guess when you're trying to and you're desperate to keep a narrative alive and figure out how the court of public opinion is still going to be able to rule the day, that's what you do. It won't, though. There's going to be a pendulum swing, a sea change. And I really do think it's coming. I mean, there's more stories today on what's happening with school boards across the country. You may be shocked and surprised. I don't know. Maybe you won't be. Maybe this is a breaking news sounder moment.
Breaking news.
A bombshell. Why not? Well, we won't be surprised about the White House was actively engaged with the National School Boards Association before it sent the letter to the Biden administration asking that the feds investigate outspoken parents and likening them to domestic terrorists. An internal memo has revealed. The New York Post put this out. Attorney General Merrick Garland announcing that in October about the FBI investigating threats against school staffers. Yep, and the White House was actively engaged with the School Board Association before that letter went out. I know you're not shocked, but again, it is the narrative that is put out as opposed to the truth. The lies that are put out there and the carefully crafted messaging and wording and things that are happening that you see and you know, but no, you don't see it. What you see is not happening. It's an outrage. But again, I do believe that this is where that pendulum swings. And these are these pivot moments where we come back. And 2022 is going to be some time. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and also 10,000 for the troops. Thank you so much. Keep them going. Oh, today we're going to have some numbers a little later on in the program. We do have, or we are going to get, do we have them or are we getting them? All right, we're getting them. The preliminary numbers for 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers 33902. That's coming up. Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
The highest inflation in 3 decades is posing a new challenge for President Biden, who's trying to enact another piece of his economic agenda while also easing Americans' concerns about rising consumer prices. Wall Street Journal reports there's new Republican criticism of Democrats' $2 trillion social spending and climate plan, while House Democrats aim to wrap up the bill next week and send it to the Senate. Car makers and retailers expect a quiet holiday season as they cut promotions during the stubborn supply chain crisis, which is leaving companies with around 1/3 of normal inventory. Automakers will cut advertising ahead of the holiday season. Can't hire a person? Buy a robot. Companies ordered a record number of robots during the labor shortage. North American firms ordered nearly 29,000 robotics units in the first 9 months of this year. Asian shares closed higher. U.S. stock futures higher overnight. Crude oil futures lower. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal G. and Grasso, invested in you.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you could eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Don't miss Louder with Crowder star Dave Landau, Friday, November 19th and Saturday, November 20th, live at Off the Hook Comedy Club. You've enjoyed his comedic spin and political antics, paired with your like-minded views on Louder with Crowder. Now see Dave Landau from Louder with Crowder, live for 2 nights only, next Friday and Saturday at Off the Hook Comedy Club in Naples. This show will sell out. For tickets and showtimes, go to offthehookcomedy.com or call 389-6901. That's 389-6901.
Did you know people drive from all over Florida to save money on diamonds?
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and we have thousands of diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, half carat to 10 carats. Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States.
And offer prices 30 to 50% lower than other jewelers, where overhead cost is very high. Duncan's Diamonds hand-picks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best.
We want you to find that diamond that you really love today and save.
And at Duncan's Diamonds, we have spectacular financing and layaway plans, including no or low interest.
A $2,000 engagement ring is only $66 a month. A $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings is just $84 a month. Best prices guaranteed, low monthly payments, a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. We want you to find the diamond you love today and save.
Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty safe. They are the only Liberty safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff, licensed, bonded, and insured and available, and 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have 2 Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
Sales desk, Marty.
Gobble, gobble.
Sales desk, Marty speaking.
Gobble, gobble.
Hey, stop calling here.
Whoa, Marty, is this how you greet customers?
What's with the turkeys?
Well, Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey on price.
Turkey?
Victory Lane's carving up their overhead and passing the savings on to their customers.
Oh, how nice.
And Victory Lane's setting the table with over KBB for trades and Black Friday pricing on new Chevys.
Wait. They're paying overbook value?
Uh-huh. Ready for seconds?
No thanks, I'm on a diet.
Sounds like Marty's hangry. Victory Lane Chevrolet's talking turkey all month long. Get over KBB value for your trade and get 0% financing on most Chevy SUVs in stock. New Silverados save an additional $2,500 off MSRP if you're a current Costco member. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
0% with approved credit on select models. All rebates to dealer cannot combine offers. Costco members must provide proof of membership. Expires 11/30/21.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. When you hear air conditioning companies bragging about their certified technicians, they're not actually telling you the truth. What they really mean is they have EPA certifications just to work with Freon, which is required. The only recognized certification in this industry for air conditioning is the NATE certification. And unless they're certified, they're not. If they don't have it, it's because they couldn't pass the test. If you want the best, you call Kobe Cooling, because our team is NATE certified. At 239-482-1542, we won't mislead you with false claims about their credentials. Their NATE certification is on their ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
News. I'm Lillian Wu. The defense rests in the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial.
Attorneys on both sides are meeting today to finalize jury instructions as they head into closing arguments next week.
Fox's Todd Pyro. The judge had taken issue with the lead prosecutor's questioning of a defense witness who works for Real America's Voice.
Does Real America's Voice have any sort of political bias or agenda or anything like that?
What is the bias?
It goes to the bias of the witness, Your Honor.
The bias in what respect? This is not a political trial.
Rittenhouse, who'd killed 2 men during rioting, faces a mandatory sentence of life in prison if convicted of the most serious charge. And Alaska Senator Lisa Murkowski, a Republican who voted to impeach former President Trump, announces she will run for re-election. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News Traffic.
Heading out right now through US 27. If you happen to be coming out of Clewiston toward Lee County or toward LaBelle this morning, there's a crash blocking all westbound lanes along US 27 near Central Street. So watch out for EMS and complete roadblock out there. You want to find an alternate route and be detoured around that closure along US 27. Otherwise, heading through Lee County right now, we have a crash on Bayshore Road, no longer blocking traffic. That's right off of Slater Road at Trail and Boulevard, so watch out for some slight slowdowns nearby. No problems up and down I-75 and US 41 to start your Friday morning commute. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a very mild and slightly muggy start to the day, look for temperatures warming back into the 80s today under a mostly cloudy sky. We could see a few showers in and around the area. They'll be very hit or miss, many of us likely staying dry for the remainder of today and even into your Friday night, but be on the lookout for a quick downpour isolated across the area. As we head into tonight, we'll keep with a chance for just a stray shower. Saturday morning, waking up to another mild start near 68 degrees for overnight low. 82 for a high on your Saturday. A few more showers possible throughout the day for Saturday, but once again, they'll be fairly hit or miss. As we into Sunday and a cold front continues to pass through the area for this upcoming weekend, we'll see a drop in humidity for your Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds, and then much cooler conditions with lows in the 50s as we kick off Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
In late summer, as Earth's northern hemisphere tilts away from the sun, the master designers from Closet Factory begin to bed earlier, rise earlier, making even more time to obsess over every client's organizational solution. It's all timed perfectly with the season, the school and sports supplies, the food-heavy holidays, and near doubling in clothing, fall and winter. It's when Closet Factory's organizational solutions are game-changing, and yours can be designed and installed perfectly for you and your family. Just visit Closet Factory or closetfactory.com.
First comes love, then comes marriage. Don't forget the sparkle that comes in between. The Diamond District is filled wall to wall with the largest selection of GIA loose certified diamonds and engagement rings in Southwest Florida. You won't find a better diamond buying experience than with Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
RVs, and more RVs. Now through Sunday, we've packed over 100 RVs into the air-conditioned Lee Civic Center. Prices slashed on every new and used motorhome, travel trailer, and fifth wheel. Giant savings on top names like Winnebago, Fleetwood, Integra, Road Track, and more. Plus, there's free parking and admission. For more information, see RV.fun. The giant RV show inside the Lee Civic Center ends Sunday. The Giant RV Show is presented by La Mesa RV, 9650 Kelly Tractor Drive in Fort Myers.
COVID hospitalizations of young people have tripled since start of summer. So talk to your doctor if you've got vaccine questions. We can't do this. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey guys, it's health and fitness expert Robbie Raw. Are you walking around in pain? Remember, it's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish is...
It's pretty bad.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
The FAA has proposed more than $200,000 in fines for 10 unruly passengers. And this is nice. Starting today, if you're flying from Florida, they ask if you want to prepay your fine.
No, come on. Yeah, okay, right. All right, so there you go. Picking on Florida again. That's what they do, everybody. They're just jealous. That's what it is, Jake. It's jealousy. You probably heard about this. Did you hear about these FAA fines?
I have not.
You were not going to believe some of these. So $225,000 in civil penalties for unruly passengers. One of them, the FAA wants to fine a passenger $32,000 over allegations that she punched her husband and son, threw trash at a flight attendant, and snatched another passenger's cookies. What? I just like the snatching of the cookies. You had to get that in. Like, as if the other stuff wasn't enough. The cookies, that just took it right over the edge. Could you imagine?
Most important part.
Yep. A flight to San Francisco from Austin, Texas. A Horizon Air passenger refused to follow crew members' instructions to buckle up, punched and screamed at her son and husband. So it wasn't a crew member, just punched and screamed the husband and son. And then the crew member comes along to intervene, and then she throws trash at them and snatched cookies from a nearby passenger. $32,000, and has 30 days to respond to the charges.
They also said there was a Delta passenger that's going to be fined $20,000 over allegations of seatbelt violations that escalated to physical violence and profane threats against a flight attendant as well. Half of them are about the face masking, the masks that are just amazing, everybody. It's truly amazing how masks and having those on have truly... What? I know we're not allowed to question masks. And listen, if you're looking for a study about masks and mask mandates, we know that mask mandates don't work. We have all the evidence, and we've gone through the evidence about how mask mandates don't work. We do know that N95 masks do work, and if you're elderly, someone who does have a comorbidity, that if you do wear an N95 mask and it is put on your face properly, you do have the best opportunity to protect yourself. But other than that, when we're talking about the cloth masks, who was it? It was, I want to say it was, wasn't it Buck? Buck Sexton? Didn't Buck put something out? So Buck Sexton puts out a tweet that is now being, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? It's ghosted. Is that right? Is that the word I'm looking for, Jake? Is that what the kids say, ghosted? By the way, I have a list of the top 10 most popular slang words that kids are using right now for 2021. And so we're going to test Jake on his slang knowledge, and then you'll get a lesson as well. So ghosting, right? Ghosted.
Correct.
Okay. So that means basically you ghost somebody when you want them to disappear. You want them to go away, or you don't call them back. Something, isn't that what that is?
Well, you're the ghost.
Wait, I'm the ghost.
Yeah, if you ghost someone, you are the ghost. You're the one who doesn't want to be seen.
Oh, okay. Right. Exactly. Okay. So here's Buck Sexton being ghosted by Twitter, or he's ghosting. Well, here it is. Buck Sexton said in a tweet, "It's stunning that there are still so many people walking around with cloth masks on as though it's going to protect them, protect anyone from COVID. We're in an era of iPhones and SpaceX, but millions still obey mask superstition like medieval peasants terrified of the number 13. Yeah, he's not allowed to put that out there. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. I'm probably going to get dinged now on social media. Now we're going to be drewsteele.com, the website, if you want to watch. Who knows if you'll be able to, and how long you'll be able to do that, but that's why you should go there now. So there you go. And there is some news on the vid that is not passengers attacking others on flights. It does have to do with something that the CDC is not telling you. It's really strange. Did the CDC admit that they have absolutely no record, zero, nada, of any person with recovered immunity ever transmitting the vid? Huh? All right, well, did they do that? I don't know. We'll talk about that coming up. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's, and also 10,000 for the troops, P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Mel's Diner locations, thank you for being a drop-off location for you to send those cards, those Christmas cards to our men and women serving overseas. You can drop them off there. You got to get them out by December 3rd. December 3rd is the cutoff date so that we can vet the cards and get them off in time for Christmas. Okay, we're going to get to that CDC story coming. Okay, we'll get into more detail on that coming up. But in the meantime, hold on a second, everybody. It is Carl from Bushwood who's calling in right now because it's a beautiful morning on the green. There's a little bit of dew. A little bit of dew on the grass.
Everywhere, a little Mountain Dew. How do you do? What you do? And of course, it's Jake Day. You know, everybody's excited. You know, Drew, a long time ago, 10 years ago. Not only that, my little wife, she said something that every golfer wants to hear.
What did she say?
I do. Well, she said I do, but every golfer wants to hear, pick it up, that's good, you know.
Okay. So
that's a little golf terminology for you. So it's my anniversary as well as Jake Day, but
wait a minute, Carl. I didn't know that you were married. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, there's a Mrs. Carl. She's from São Paulo, Brazil.
Did the judge preside over this?
Well, the judge presided over a few things, but wedding wasn't one of them. Okay. Luckily, a little early release, but we'll get into that later.
Okay, great.
You know, but I apologize. Last week, you know, you were down there at Elfie's place there, the Oaks place.
Yeah, that's right. To see the table, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that place makes Whole Foods look like 7-Eleven.
Okay, yeah.
But But the next time you're there, I've been trying. I want you to put a good word in there for Elfie. I got some new Carl's Blend I've been trying to get in there, and they just won't let me,
I'm not sure they sell the Carl's Blend there at the table.
They should. It's, I've added a few. It's Northern California. It says to me, the Featherbed Bend, but, we threw in some Zoysia and some Paspalin because, we're in the South.
Jake knows exactly what you're talking about. I have no idea. But, no, we don't. They don't do that, Carl. That is not, I don't think that's part of it.
When they do, just put a good word in there for me, because we grow a few things here other than the grass.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. All right, we got to go. Carl, give us a little pointer there for the greens today.
Okay. If you're struggling with your putting, usually it's because your eyes aren't over the ball. And all good putters putt with their eyes directly over the ball. So my advice to you is, go in your old repertoire of CDs, because we don't use them anymore. Get you some Dixie Chicks or, Queen Latifah, whatever, and take that, take that CD, and take it out to that putting green,
Okay.
And you flip it upside down, and what do you got? What do you got, Drew?
You got a CD. He's got a CD on the greens upside down.
Well, you got a mirror. Okay? And that little hole right in the middle, that's where you put your golf ball. And then, you practice putting, you line yourself up, and you can see yourself. And if you can't see yourself, you're not going to see the hole. How's that?
Oh, I like that one. That is very good. That's good considering that you've probably hit the grass a little early this morning.
But something better there. I'm getting a T-shirt made that says I'm a Brazilianaire.
Okay, you got to go. All right, there he goes.
Keep it in the short grass, my friend. I love you.
We're keeping it in the short grass. Carl from Bushwood with a great. That was actually a quality update today. I had no idea that you can do that. I also don't know if I could find a CD in my house. Do you have any in your house? Do you have any compact discs? By the way, CDs, we're not talking about those things that you used to get a toaster for when you would go to the bank or a blender. No, we're talking about the musical CDs.
No.
Do you have one in your house?
No.
I don't either. I don't think. No, that's a lie. If you're over the age of 40, you've got a CD someplace in your house. It's just a fact, right? Would you say that's probably the cutoff date? Would be 40?
Some artifacts in the backyard I might be able to dig up. Maybe.
Artifacts in the backyard. Compact discs are now artifacts in the backyard. It's like there's a dinosaur and then there's a Queen Latifah CD. Is that what you're suggesting, that's what's out there in the backyard? There's a Dixie Chicks that somebody got mad because back in the day, the whole Dixie Chicks controversy with George Bush no?
I think they're just the Chicks now, by the way.
See, I can't even call that's another part of the controversy. That's right. You can't call them Dixie Chicks.
You got to scratch out the Dixie part on
that. That is right. Hey, they still call them Dixie Cups? How does that work?
It's a good question.
I don't know. 239-479-5592. It's not really a good question at all. It's actually pretty annoying. Very interesting. The Center for Disease Control. CDC Director Walensky was telling you yesterday, if you heard the audio, that, listen, this is very important, that if your child is vaccinated, you still got to wear the mask, everybody. The kids still have to wear the mask, even if they are vaccinated. We got to make sure we do that, right? Wasn't that just from the other day? That CDC, so this is pretty interesting. There was a Freedom of Information Act. Some people had some questions. Hey, I just want to find out, do you have any evidence that would suggest that if you had the vid, you recovered from the vid, your natural immunity? Hey, do we have any records at all of anyone who has natural immunity transmitting the vid? Because there are people that are really wondering some obvious questions. Number one, natural immunity. How is my immunity? It's pretty strong, right? I mean, if I had it before, natural immunity, and there are some countries, Sweden might actually make the case. Sweden, as far as European countries are concerned, Sweden has the lowest incidence of cases right now and deaths anywhere in Europe. And it's funny because Sweden is the one country that has completely abandoned any kind of mandates at all. No mandates, no masking. It's just back to normal. And they have the lowest amount of cases and deaths there in Sweden. Really strange how that works. So people are asking, how does that work when it comes to natural immunity and how I'm doing? And then why am I getting a vaccine? Why do I need to get vaccinated if I already have natural immunity? And all the time that the vid has been out and people have had the vid and have recovered from it, there has to be a situation where you could look at I mean, there's got to be millions, right? Or thousands at least of cases that you can find that show that if you've recovered, that you have transmitted the vid to somebody. And the CDC admits that none. Can I say that again? In a Freedom of Information Act request to the U.S. health officials within the Health and Human Services Department, the CDC admits that they do not have evidence of a single case, not 1,000, not 100, not 0 cases where a person carrying natural immunity ever transmitted the virus to another person. It was not Zero Hedge. It was a conservative treehouse that had this story out where there's talking about the fact that if the CDC was going to crush the civil and individual rights of those with natural immunity by having them expelled from school, fired from their jobs, separated from the military, and worse, the CDC would have proof of at least one instance, of a vaccinated, naturally immune individual transmitting the vid to somebody else. And if you thought this, not so much. None. Just putting that out there. So if you're wondering why there are people, I guess it was just on one of the local news outlets had a video, and I'm sure it's national, excuse me. Golden Gate Bridge, there's vaccine mandate protests going on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, all across the country. We're having people that are protesting against mandates, and they've got a lot of reasons to question what's going on with mandating vaccinations and some of the information that we're not getting like this. We should have this information, shouldn't we? We should be able to make this decision, shouldn't we? Yeah. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. We will get early numbers on 10,000 for the troops coming up in just a little bit. And I believe we have Stephen Moore scheduled to be on the program with us at 8:05. Trumponomics, the book, and you probably have heard Stephen Moore before. We're going to talk a little bit about economics. He's going to be here in Southwest Florida, so you'll have a chance to see him live. We'll have that information coming up as well. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News right all along with traffic. There's Therese O'Shea.
Heading out along Alligator Alley, we have a disabled vehicle blocking a right-hand lane heading in the eastbound direction toward the East Coast, mile marker 61. So just past that Mikosuke Service Plaza. If you are heading that direction, keep in mind a right lane is going to be blocked off and traffic slowing down slightly. There is a little bit of fog out there as well on the alley closer you get to Broward County. So just use extra caution this morning. Rest of 75 throughout Collier, Lee, Charlotte counties running up to speed. Aside from some volume building southbound near Alico Road and down toward Bonita Beach Road as well on southbound I-75. Crash and incident free right now across Lee County. You shouldn't have any major problems. Volume building up as well on Daniels Parkway heading through the Gateway area approaching Treeline Avenue and I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a very mild start to the day, look out for a few showers on your Friday. Very hit or miss in nature. Many of us will get through the day completely dry. A mostly cloudy sky today and a bit more humid with temperatures reaching to 83 degrees. We give you the chance for a stray shower as we head into your Saturday morning. 68 waking up with a high of 82 degrees for tomorrow and a few showers remaining possible for your Saturday under a partly cloudy sky. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021,
You've heard about the American Spirit movement by now, right? The conservative marketplace idea from our very own Kevin Sabides at Amco Bonita Springs. You heard me talking about Kevin and Todd and their repair shop for almost 10 years now. Now, the American Spirit movement is keeping conservative dollars in conservative pockets by connecting conservative businesses and consumers in commerce, employment, networking, education, idea sharing. Some have even said that they're defunding liberalism and seceding from leftists. Well, mark your calendars, Thursday, November 11th at 6 p.m. and come out to the Estero Rec Center for the Take Action Patriots meeting and learn more about the American Spirit movement from Kevin Sabides and how you can get involved. The keynote speaker is going to be Erica Donald, CEO of the Optima Foundation, speaking about better education choices with better schools. That's November 11th, 6 p.m. at the Estero Rec Center. Finally, real action, real solutions. Look, you don't want to miss this. For information, visit AmericanSpiritMovement.com. That's AmericanSpiritMovement.com. The American Spirit Movement. It's growing, and you can be a part of it as well.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I call national. Hey, exterminators. For it's $46 to get rodents and bugs to the 946 snow bug.
Shoo-ba-doo-wop, ooh. Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, even out of consolation. Better service, better prices, no contract.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I call national. Hey, exterminators. For it's $46 to get rodents and bugs to the 946 snow bug.
Shoo-ba-doo-wop, ooh. Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, even out of consolation. Better service, better prices, no contract.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about here. I mean, we're worried about January 6th and the insurrection that wasn't, and we're told Trump was leading the insurrection, and he wasn't, and, that whole thing, and we're keeping an eye on that, and Kyle Rittenhouse is actually a white supremacist, racist, and keeping an eye on that story and doing that, and Google yesterday, who was honoring veterans by having pictures of veterans wearing half clothing, half of some of the professions that they have professionally or things that they're doing within the branches of the military that they're in, and then the other half of the outfit that they're wearing is what branch uniform that they're wearing. And there was one gentleman who was dressed as a Marine on one half of his body and had a dress on the other. That's the Google Doodle thing, because that's how they, honoring veterans yesterday. It's a Marine dressed as in a dress on the other side. But nothing to see here. It's a good thing we're focusing all of that because an Islamic extremist group reportedly stormed the U.S. Embassy in Yemen yesterday, taking hostages and seizing equipment. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Let's not focus anything like that on that portion or what's happening in China and the concerns with Taiwan and some of the threats that are going on there. There's a lot there, too. But no. It's about the wokeness. As much as we can possibly concentrate on that and then some. That's where we need to be.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
It's a hot afternoon, and you're listening to the news. And now, you're hot under the collar, too. I'm Matt from Island Air. When you choose an AC contractor, you're entrusting that company with the air that you and your family breathe. A healthy unit means a healthier household. Island Air has a long history in Southwest Florida and hundreds of customer reviews that you can see on our website at islandairfl.com, where you will see the Island Air difference. Want to try us out? Our $99 system saver one-time maintenance is guaranteed. If your AC breaks within 6 months of the maintenance, we will credit the payment towards any repair. Island Air also offers free second opinions. Let us review your quote for any service, replacement, or repair for your peace of mind.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
You can't go wrong when you're getting it right. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
The defense rests. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Closing arguments are expected Monday at the Kyle Rittenhouse trial in Wisconsin. Prosecutors and defense attorneys, though, will be in court today with the judge to work out jury instructions.
9 days of evidence and testimony from dozens of witnesses, and the defense also rests its case, setting up closing arguments.
We're in the final stretch. Please follow the instructions. Don't read, watch, or listen to any account of the trial. And enjoy the weekend.
Judge Bruce Schroeder to jurors in a case that saw overwhelming video evidence that largely corroborated Rittenhouse's case and that will likely be used as the deciding factor on whether or not the teen is convicted as he faces up to life in prison in the shootings of 3 men, 2 fatal, or whether he walks free. If jurors soon decide on Monday here in Kenosha County that those were acts of self-defense during last year's Kenosha riot. Jeff Monasso, Fox News.
Every adult in California is eligible for a coronavirus booster shot. Here's Fox's Jessica Rosenthal.
Chris, the CDC recommends everyone over 65 get a booster shot and only recommends adults over the age of 18 get a shot if they're in certain high-risk settings or have underlying health conditions. But California says they're going beyond those recommendations. Any adult who wants a booster should be able to get one. The state's public health director said Thursday providers should not turn away any adult who wants a booster as long as 6 months have passed since their last Pfizer or Moderna vaccine or 2 months since the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Colorado's governor signed an order this week saying any adult is eligible for a booster in his state as well, Chris.
Just today's release of Trump White House documents to the House committee investigating the Capitol riot has been put on hold by a federal appeals court. That court will hear arguments November 30th. The committee is threatening former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows with a criminal contempt referral if he does not appear and hand over subpoenaed documents by 10 o'clock Eastern Time this morning. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out along Alligator Alley, we have a disabled vehicle blocking a right-hand lane heading in the eastbound direction toward the East Coast, mile marker 61. So just past that Mikosuke Service Plaza. If you are heading that direction, keep in mind a right lane is going to be blocked off and traffic slowing down slightly. There is a little bit of fog out there as well on the alley closer you get to Broward County, so just use extra caution this morning. Rest of 75 throughout Collier, Lee, Charlotte counties running up to speed, aside from some volume building southbound near Alico Road and down toward Bonita Beach Road as well on southbound I-75. Crash and incident free right now across Lee County. You shouldn't have any major problems. Volume building up as well on Daniels Parkway, heading through the Gateway area, approaching Treeline Avenue and I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a very mild and slightly muggy start to the day, look for temperatures warming back into the 80s today under a mostly cloudy sky. We could see a few showers in and around the area. They'll be very hit or miss, many of us likely staying dry for the remainder of today and even into your Friday night, but be on the lookout for a quick downpour isolated across the area. As we head into tonight, we'll keep with a chance for just a stray shower. Saturday morning, waking up to another mild start near 68 degrees for overnight low. 82 for a high on your Saturday. A few more showers possible throughout the day for Saturday, but once again, there'll be fairly hit or miss. As we into Sunday and a cold front continues to pass through the area for this upcoming weekend, we'll see a drop in humidity for your Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds, and then much cooler conditions with lows in the 50s as we kick off Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Find conservative sanity and Sean Hannity at rightallalong.net. 92.5 Fox News is streaming live around the clock.
With your help, our servicemen and women who are deployed around the globe will receive Christmas greetings and thoughts of home to brighten their holidays.
It's Trey Radel with 92.5 Fox News. Let's send 10,000 to the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. Make a soldier smile this holiday season. Help us send 10,000 Christmas cards to our troops. Check out 925foxnews.com. It's our way of putting a little goodness back in the world.
Thank you from all of us at 92.5 Fox News.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Some people say bigger is better. When it comes to buying a home, a TV, or an ice cream sundae, wouldn't you rather go big? Insurance companies think that because they're bigger, they can pay injured people less than what they really deserve. But guess what? We're big too. As America's largest personal injury firm, we know that our size matters. If you're going up against a big insurance company, you need a big firm fighting for you. And when we win big, you win big. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
RVs, and more RVs. Now through Sunday, we've packed over 100 RVs into the air-conditioned Lee Civic Center. Prices slashed on every new and used motorhome, travel trailer, and fifth wheel. Giant savings on top names like Winnebago, Fleetwood, Integra, Road Track, and more. Plus, there's free parking and admission. For more information, see RV.fun. The giant RV show inside the Lee Civic Center ends Sunday. The Giant RV Show is presented by La Mesa RV, 9650 Kelly Tractor Drive in Fort Myers.
Hey, this is Papa with a special message. God bless America. I moved our family here in 1986 from Texas. I was brought up with the old-fashioned conservative values. Be honest, tell the truth, do a good job. Hopefully my three sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, will continue our family business with these same old-fashioned values. If you do call for our free inspection, we'll be honest and show you the facts. If you don't need a new roof, we'll tell you. If you only need some repairs and want your roof to look new and beautiful, we'll do that too, and we'll make it affordable. Many of our customers are snowbirds, and many have told us that they want to move here permanently because of the sad state of affairs in their cities. We love Southwest Florida, and thanks to you, we have a good business. Call me for a free inspection, and we will be on time, and we'll do a good job. Call me at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We love the good old USA. License number CCC 1326213.
Health insurance. We all hate it, but we have to have it. Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler McCluskey here, and as an insurance executive for the past 10 years, I now host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. I explain everything you need to know about the health insurance industry and show you all how to save money. For more information, tune in this Saturday at 11 or call now for a free quote at 239-633-3140 or online at tylermccluskey.com.
Thank you for waking us all up out here. For all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching the program, subscribing to the podcast. 10,000 for the troops. Thank you. We'll have a number coming up later on this morning, a prelim number. See how we're doing. 10,000. How close are we with your help? Mel's Diner locations. Thank you so much for being a drop-off point to get those Christmas cards to our men and women serving overseas. We do appreciate you helping us out, Southwest Florida. Let's try to make this the biggest year ever. All right, a lot going on. Why is Gene Simmons in the news? I noticed that he was trending on Twitter yesterday, and I'm like, okay. Every time you see a name that's trending on Twitter, you're wondering whether or not they dropped dead, something happened to, you know what I'm saying? It's like if it's trending, or more likely than not, it's something that they did or something that they said. Do you know who Gene Simmons is, by the way?
Kiss guy.
The Kiss guy. That is right. It is the Kiss guy. So we're going to talk about what he said because you might, I don't know, you might be offended. You might not. So we'll have that coming up. Also, if you're wondering what the top 10 slang words right now are, what the kids, what the youths are saying in America, then you...
Did you say youths?
Yeah, I did. So you want to know this because clearly if you're having a conversation or you hear somebody talking about things, you want to make sure that you're hip. It's hip's not one of them, right? When you use it. Okay. So we'll test Jake on his slang to see if the millennial knows what's going on. And then you can learn things as well about that. Hey, a couple of other things going on right now. Here's something that we haven't done in a long, long time, bringing a segment back from the past. Are you ready for this, Jake? This is a big one.
Great moments of President Donald Trump.
It was 4 years ago yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, that this very, very awesome tweet happened from the President of the United States when talking about Kim Jong-un and the news headline about how Kim Jong-un insulted Donald Trump, called him old. And the former President of the United States tweet, "Why would Kim Jong-un insult me by calling me old when I would never call him short and fat? Oh, well, I tried so hard to be his friend, and maybe someday that'll happen." Come on, you got to have a little bit of that every once in a while, those moments, right?
Great moments of President Donald Trump.
Now, on the other side of that, we have the President of the United States right now, Joe Biden. You probably heard of him, right? Yeah. So we have our moment this morning, like we had the great moments of Donald Trump in the tweet. We also have our morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. Thank you for your service to our country. And I just want to tell you, I know you're a little younger than I am, but, I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time, pitcher in the Negro Leagues, went on to become a great pitcher in the pros, into the Major League Baseball after Jackie Robinson. His name was Satchel Paige.
Okay. Joe Biden making remarks yesterday at Arlington National Cemetery, and during the remarks, he referred to the famous baseball player known as Satchel Paige. And people were a little upset because he called him the quote-unquote great Negro. And at the time. Now, look, if we're gonna be honest, he said that, but he was trying to say something else, right? So he said,
I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time, pitcher in the Negro Leagues, went on to become.
Yeah, I think he wanted to say the great pitcher in the Negro League at the time, but he ended up saying the great Negro of the time. So now there's controversy about that. There is a spin now going on about the fact that he didn't actually say that. That's not what he meant, and what you heard was not what he said and not what he meant. And so there's all kinds of people now. You've got mediaites, Tommy Christopher. Conservative critics falsely claim that President Joe Biden referred to legendary pitcher Satchel Paige. You heard what he said during the Veterans Day speech, barely more than a week after pulling the same bit on Biden and Pope Francis. That was the one about him having the flatulence there, that whole thing, which is weird because the whole flatulence thing and the issue of what, or maybe it was a little more than flatulence, but the idea that Camilla Bowles, the Duchess of Cornwall, if she's a Duchess of something, I don't know, if good fine quality footwear. I don't know what it is. But anyway, the point is that she was complaining about, or she was talking about how she could not stop. She wasn't complaining. She couldn't stop talking about the fact that the president there, when he visited, and she had a chance to be with him there, talking to him, did have. Anyway, variations on the same claim spread like wildfire among verified conservative Twitter users. So it's all about conservatives, everybody. President had referred to the late Hall of Famer. Okay. So they're trying to spin it. Here's the point. You can listen to that and say, I understand where he was trying to go with this. I understand what he was trying to say. But they would never give that kind of grace to the former president of the United States for not even coming close to even saying anything like that at all. And you know that, and that's really what it is. They're going to continue to deny the things that the president of the United States says, and whether or not he is his mental.
Judge my physical and mental, my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Yeah, there's a lot to try to figure out with all of that, and it's going to continue. They're going to have to spin this.
True international depression.
Okay, stop. I get it. We're not going to make a international incident over this. They've got enough of an international incident to have to deal with, which is actual international incidents. Bloomberg reporting that Iran-backed Houthi extremists taken at least 25 Yemenis working for the U.S. Embassy into custody over the span of a few weeks, including Yemenis working for the U.S. Embassy and USAID. And so you have an embassy, an Iranian-backed extremists that have stormed the U.S. Embassy and taking hostages and equipment. So you've got that's kind of an international incident. And then you have national things that are going on as well, including some of what the president has talked about in the past and some of the things that he said with regard to...
I got hairy legs.
Not that. Stop it. About the Build Back Broke Boondoggle, whatever we want to call it, the Build Back Better program. We've signed off on the infrastructure bill. Because I'll tell you what, boy, we needed that infrastructure bill. We needed to fix the infrastructure. Hey, can I bring up a point in just a second about that? Because I don't want that to slide by. I'm going to get to that in just a second. But now we come to find out that these claims that the president has made that taxes will not be raised on anybody making under $400,000. I mean, zero, right? Nothing. You're not going to pay anything. How many times has Biden said that? You're going to pay zero. It's all paid for, everybody. A new analysis from the Tax Policy Center, and not a right-leaning organization by any stretch, finds that the Build Back Better plan, his signature plan, would do exactly that. Would raise taxes. Taking into account all major tax provisions, roughly 20% to 30% of middle-income households will pay more in taxes in 2022, according to the analysis. He said that it wasn't going to cost anything, but it is. Now, to be clear about everything, and precision matters in all of this, they also went on to say that the increases would be relatively small. Low and middle income households would pay an additional $100 or less on average. Those making $200,000 to $500,000, about $230 more. Now you may be looking at that and going, "Oh, that's nothing." I mean, that seems fair. I mean, it's just a little bit, but look at all that we're getting. No, don't do that. You got somebody who's saying it's going to be zero and it's not zero. You can take that for what it is. But also the assumption that it's not going to cost anything on the other side. I don't know. Maybe we'll have that conversation with Stephen Moore, economist Stephen Moore, wrote the book Trumponomics. You know Stephen Moore, and you've seen him on many different shows. He'll be joining us, hopefully, scheduled to join us at 8:05 today. We'll talk about that. He's going to be in Southwest Florida for a big event, so a chance for you to see him personally. But also, the other thing that I wanted to bring up this morning is I cannot believe that you had 13 Republicans and even senators that felt like the infrastructure bill that was signed, the $1.2 trillion, $1.5 trillion, listen, pick a number. It doesn't make a difference. It's all printed money. It doesn't exist. This $1.2 trillion spending bill, infrastructure, how many times do we have to say this? We didn't have to do this. And how 13 Republicans would sign off on it. And how there were senators that were thinking that we had to do this as well. How wrong they are. And you just have to go as far as the interwebs, the internets, and find all the stories that you want about how we don't have a crumbling infrastructure. We've never had a crumbling infrastructure. Well, It's not crumbling right now. It is not to the degree that people have been talking about. And I can make the case just by an article out of Reason, Reason.com, talking about how our infrastructure is not crumbling. It's not happening. It never was happening. And it's a sad state. And I feel bad because there were former presidents that said we should sign an infrastructure bill. There were Republicans and Democrats all along who's not only signed off on it, but have been talking about it as if it was needed. Do you know that we spend almost $500 billion, $500 billion? This government, federal, state, and local governments, spend almost $500 billion on transportation and water infrastructure every year. It's already built in. The I-4 corridor. I don't know the last time that anybody's been on the I-4 corridor, but if you've been anywhere in Orlando, you see all the construction that's going on. It is a hot mess out there. I'm trying to get all the roads and everything happening in the area of, it's past 417. I forget exactly where it is. It's near the downtown area. They're doing all kinds of construction on I-4 and even closer on the, I believe, what's the area I'm thinking of? Anyway, the I-4 corridor. That's all you need to know. That's already been paid for. That's already been part of other budgets. It's already been there. $500 million. We do this every year. In reality, the number of structurally deficient bridges, never high to begin with, has been dropping over the past 30 years, despite all the hand-wringing. The overall number has fallen from over 22% in 92 to under 10% in 2016, and now it's even less. A Reuters analysis of those bridges, only 4% of those carry significant traffic that need repair. Of the nation's 1,200 busiest bridges, the number of those structurally deficient falls to under 2%, or fewer than 20 bridges in the entire country. And none of them need repair to save them from collapse. Yet somehow we've been told that there are bridges that are on the verge of collapse all over the place, that there's this crumbling infrastructure. There isn't. And if you compare us to other countries around the globe and you take all the infrastructure going on, and we rank number 13, I think, on it was 13th in the world. They did some kind of survey. They checked all of this out. The fact of the matter is that the countries that were the ones that were in the top 12, there were only 2 of them that were the size of like Saudi Arabia and Singapore, larger. The rest of them were coastal, and they were small. So they did it like per capita. They did it as small areas of land that needed the infrastructure, as opposed to the size that we are. And if you were to take that into consideration, we're like first or second. Not as the worst, but the best. Nobody has talked about this at all. Not now, not before, not when former presidents were talking about it, not when current presidents were talking about it, never. The money is always there each and every year. It's built into the budget. $500 billion is built in. Don't tell us we don't have it. We spend the money all the time. And if there are problems with specific areas, all you have to do is pivot. But for some reason, we've been convinced that that's not the case. I don't know how we got to that place. And so spare me if you're going to tell us that the Build Back Better plan is going to build us back better. We know what this is. We know what the Great Reset means. We understand that there is nothing more than a consortium of people and countries that would love to see the destruction of the free market and capitalism to be built back better. Build back better. The destruction of the free market economies that we see. The kind of destruction that is happening right now in China, if you are aware of what's going on in China as we speak, where for the longest time, China has become about commerce, bringing companies in, building factories, making just about anything and everything that you can look at that's right in front of you. With a Chinese Communist Party that is allowing all of this to happen, to steal intellectual property and build wealth with the sole purpose of getting to a point where they are right now, where people are shocked to find out that Chairman Xi is a communist, and shocked to find out that the communist now says, all right, we've got it. We've got a military that's built up in a way that we want. We've got enough money and wealth to handle everything that we've been talking about for decades and decades. Thank you very much, the world. We appreciate doing business with you. And now we're going to start making substantial changes to what we do in this country, China, to get away from that, because we never wanted that to begin with. They used it as a means, talking about commerce and the way they've been doing commerce around the globe, to build up the wealth. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they're communists and are bent, as others are, of taking down their enemies, going into Taiwan and looking at certain countries as not exactly, let's just say, friendlies. But have now made that pivot, and people are shocked. Like, what? I'm so surprised. Really? You're shocked? 239-479-5592. Okay, John, hold on. I gotta go to John. Can I go to John's call real fast? All right, John's confused. John, what are you confused about with the infrastructure points?
Well, first of all, I want to say I agree with 90% of what you say about this bill. It's a lot of pork. It's very high. And, human infrastructure, I laugh at the concept of. Right. That having been said, I do think there are some infrastructure needs that I think you're downplaying. I mean, if you look at what happened in Puerto Rico after the hurricane, and most of the issues were blamed on a lack of infrastructure there, you have to look at areas like that. You have to fix it and avoid these problems in the future.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
it's a very simple. No, you're right. And let me make the simple point that will explain what I'm talking about. We, as a nation, spend $500 billion every year on infrastructure. If there is if there's a major issue in Puerto Rico, we don't have to sign on the dotted line an infrastructure boondoggle that has 9% of it going towards infrastructure and everything else going towards Green New Deals. We could pivot that $500 billion to Puerto Rico to solve that issue. In other words, the money is there every single year. It's as if they're explaining to people that we don't have it, like it doesn't exist. Like the only way to fix infrastructure is to sign off on this bill, when every year in every single budget, there's $500 billion that's built into it. That's how we've paid for things like that. So it's not an issue.
I agree with you on.
Right. So it's not. So John, that the point I'm trying to make, and I forget, I'm not cutting you off, but I've got to run because I'm looking at the time. We're already running super late. But the point is this, John. It's very simple. That the money exists. It's not like the money doesn't exist. All they have to do is govern, and all they have to do. And thanks for the call, John. All they have to do is take that and that money and pivot it to places that are. Don't say that the money doesn't exist unless we sign a $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. That's disingenuous. The money's there. It exists. It always has. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging disc, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Mel's Diner is talking turkey.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Watch the parade, enjoy the dog show, and go to Mel's Diner 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak with super salad, choice of potatoes and green beans and corn. Incredible, only $15.99. Key lime fish, $17.99. Or Mel's slow roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinner, $19.99. Thanksgiving kids meals, just $9.99. Order Mel's famous holiday meals to go, serving up to 6, with your choice of fresh roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins, and as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserved by November 23rd. Mel's Diner does it all. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach with the most important radio ad I've ever recorded. My message is this: taking back the White House is important, and regaining our majority in the U.S. House and Senate are critical. But the most important vote you will ever cast is for your local school board members. The Lee County School Board has been hijacked by progressive radicals. They get elected because in Florida, school board candidates are allowed to hide their party affiliation from voters. This is wrong, and I've filed a bill that will allow voters to know the party affiliation of every school board candidate on the ballot. Let's put an end to liberal Democrats sneaking into office in our conservative community. This is Spencer Roach, and my top priority is to send these radicals packing. I believe that parents, not government, know what's best for their children, and I will use all the powers of my office to defend your rights. Remember this: it's your school board, and they work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
This is what you've been waiting for. Craig Cat is coming to the Fort Myers Boat Show. You should know the name, Craig Cat, offering all the amenities you'd find in a larger boat, like comfortable side-by-side seating, stereo, GPS navigation, lights, and much more. All this on an easy-to-handle, super stable, and unsinkable compact power boat. See Craig Cat at the show November the 11th through the 14th, space number 102, or call 1-833-CRAIG-CAT. Come see what's new with the Craig Cat for 2022. Visit online at CraigCat.com. Craig Cat.
Get ready for a night of solid gold with the Temptations and the
that everyone loves. Small businesses like yours make gift giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings Sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about which shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, When you feel great, you look great, and that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Major backups building on Daniels Parkway westbound out of Lehigh Acres through Gateway toward Gateway Boulevard, and more morning volume also closer to Treeline Avenue and I-75 along Daniels. I-75 in general backed up in southern Lee County, especially heading southbound through Alico Road toward Corkscrew Road and from Bonita down through North Naples. Immokalee Road slow moving between Logan Boulevard and Collier Boulevard. There's a crash just got cleared up just east of Collier Boulevard there on Immokalee. Another crash in Naples right on Livingston Road just south of Pine Ridge Road. Should be off to the side, no injuries there. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a very mild and slightly muggy start to the day, look for temperatures warming back into the 80s today under a mostly cloudy sky. We could see a few showers in and around the area. They'll be very hit or miss. Many of us likely staying dry for the remainder of today and even into your Friday night, but be on the lookout for a quick downpour isolated across the area. As we head into tonight, we'll keep with the chance for just a stray shower. Saturday morning, waking up to another mild start near 68 degrees for overnight low. 82 for a high on your Saturday. A few more showers possible throughout the day for Saturday, but once again, they'll be fairly hit or miss. As we into Sunday and a cold front continues to pass through the area for this upcoming weekend, we'll see a drop in humidity for your Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds, and then much cooler conditions with lows in the 50s as we kick off Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Ty Lassiter, CEO and one of the managing partners of Key City Capital. And just recently, we held an in-person investor meeting right here in Naples and had over 100 attendees show up to learn about building their wealth rapidly. Key City Capital has been actively investing in cash-flowing real estate for over 10 years and generating safe, secure, double-digit returns for our investors. Key City Capital was founded to build and preserve wealth for our clients, as well as provide assistance with tax mitigation. And over 100 people just can't be wrong.
Call Key City Capital today to reserve your spot for our next dinner event. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Look and feel your best with Dr. Patrick Flaherty, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Want to hear the latest from an expert? Tune in Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear all the latest innovations in non-surgical, surgical, and lifestyle ideas to help you look and feel your best. Dr. Patrick Flaherty is known for his faces, the fabulous Azul Spa, and now you get your hour with this doctor every Saturday at 10 a.m. Dr. Patrick Flaherty's show is Look and Feel Your Best, hosted by me, Gina Birch. Tune in this Saturday at 10 a.m. and hear how to look and feel your best.
Stop. Don't purchase any diamonds, jewelry, or engagement rings until you come to Duncan's Diamonds. We are not your typical jewelry store. Here are a few reasons. Family owned. Stuart Duncan and his family have been involved in the wholesale diamond business for nearly a century. No middleman. We are direct diamond importers, offering prices 30 to 40% lower than the rest, passing all those savings to you. No pressure. We are not paid on commission. We are here to help you even if you do not purchase from us, and to make sure you are happy. The largest selection of diamonds and jewelry, access to millions of jewelry styles, and that is up to 30 times what you find in an ordinary jewelry store. Free services, like clean and check whether you purchased from us or not. Don't take our word from a radio ad. Visit Duncan's Diamonds. We will prove we will not be undersold anywhere, anytime, by anybody. Duncan's Diamonds.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
When Truly Nolan is on the chase, what do you know? You know they're faster than a speeding cockroach, able to leap into spaces where only spiders hide. You know they're smarter than conniving ants and more nimble than a swarm of mosquitoes. You know whatever they're after, they'll get the job done right. Because when Truly Nolan is in hot pursuit, you know there's no escape. Schedule your free estimate today and get $50 off pest control by going to TrulyNolan.com or call us at 800-GO-TRULY.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things
Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. Stephen Moore is going to join us at 8:05. We're going to talk a little bit about the economy and what it was like maybe in the good old days through the Trump administration and where we are right now with inflation and stagflation and taxes. I mean, there's a lot to discuss we'll get to coming up this morning. Also, I wanted to talk a little bit more about this fight that the governor of the state of Florida is having with the Biden administration. There's a few of them going on right now. One of them has to do with OSHA oversight over these vaccine mandates. And what's the discussion right now in Tallahassee as we have a session coming up very soon. And we have a special session that's getting ready to happen as well, where we've got to talk about this, the potential withdrawal from oversight of OSHA here in the state. I mean, is that going to happen? We'll have that discussion coming up in just a couple of minutes. 239-479-5592. Before we get into that, I did want to mention that in about 10 more minutes or so, we'll have Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And we've got for you those tickets to see Fab 4 at the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. It is a Beatles tribute. We'll get you some tickets for that just for playing Drew's College. That's coming up in just a bit as well. So just for playing Drew's College, Fab 4 tickets. That is a Beatles tribute at the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. That's going on, and it's an exciting show. So that is on the way. All right, waiting. I thought we were going to hear from Representative Bob Rommel on this OSHA oversight issue, so I'm waiting for him to call in. I believe he's getting ready to call right now. And wondering what's going on with that specifically. All right, Representative Bob Rommel joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. There he is. All right, we had a couple of technical glitches. We've had technical glitches for the past couple of days, so to be quite honest with you, I wasn't surprised that we might have a problem connecting with you, but we're connected. All right, how are you today?
Well, I'm doing great, except for my problem on the technical side, probably not yours.
No, it's I don't. Well, yes, it was your fault. I got to be honest. It's you. It's not me. I've heard that before. All right, so a couple of things I wanted to get to. By the way, did you want to have any specific comments about the special session? Your thoughts on this? What the governor is doing and what you all are trying to tackle in Tallahassee. I mean, leading into what's going to be, I still think it's going to be a pretty busy session with a lot of issues, especially considering we have all of these issues going on with school boards around the country and mandates and the like. Maybe give me an overview of your thoughts of what's happening up to this point.
Well, Drew, we'll stick right to special session for right now. What we have to remember, the only reason we're going back to special session is because the federal government is threatening the livelihood of individual businesses. They're threatening to put them out of business if they don't, do the vaccination mandates that they're requiring. And the federal government, in my opinion, it's a giant overreach, and they're terrorizing individuals that think that they're going to die if they don't get it. And then they're terrorizing business owners. If you don't do this, we're going to put you out of business. Never mind, you see what they're doing to our healthcare workers. If you don't do this, we're going to take away all of your money and you're going to go out of business. I mean, in reality, it's a giant overreach of the 10th Amendment. And, we're going to try to push back on it, protecting individuals from being fired. But also, we have to remember, too, we don't want to become in the authoritative branch of government where we're telling a private business that you can't operate a business the way you want it also.
Yeah. And I wonder what's going to happen, and maybe your thoughts on what's going on with this potential withdrawal from oversight of the Federal Occupation Safety and Health Administration, OSHA. You have the House Speaker Sproles talking in a press conference recently, saying if OSHA and the Department of Labor and OSHA is going to be weaponized as a way to hold hostage businesses throughout the state of Florida, then no problem. We'll get a different plan. I mean, do you agree with that?
First, though, I think we should have did it a long time ago. Again, we have the federal government. Whenever they want to do something, they threaten liberty, and we have the right to come up with our own OSHA. Florida's occupational safety organization. But there's a little catch there. Again, I'm not an attorney.
Yeah.
It looks like it has to be approved by Washington too.
Is it?
We can pass it. Yeah, we could pass the bill, but then Washington, OSHA could bring us to court and say, "Oh, we don't think it's good enough." So, again, no matter what we do, I promise you, it's going to be in the courts, which is awful.
Yeah, and the talk too is that even if you all were able to agree in Tallahassee on this, it could take years, and we don't have years. We've got to get up and running and figure out what we're going to do, because I think the OSHA fines are they kick in January 4th, right? So
January 4th, again, a giant overreach of the federal government. What we need to do, we need individuals to keep standing up for their rights. I mean, we need to send a message to Washington that we're not going to accept it, and I think we are. And it kind of even relates to what's happening in school boards across the nation. If parents didn't stand up for whether it's critical race or other things that are going on, they wouldn't change. So people need to keep standing up for their rights, and we're going to fight in Tallahassee. We're going to fight to make sure that individuals aren't fired for standing up for what they believe in. But we also, there's a balance there. We can't mandate a private business exactly how to operate their business. We have to remember, Florida is a right-to-work state. The owner of a business can fire anybody for any reason at any time.
Yeah. And speaking of Bob Rommel, by the way, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, state rep, talking a little bit about the changes that we might make, whether we can or not in time here with OSHA, and obviously the vaccination mandates and the requiring businesses to allow vaccine exemptions, which would be nice. Prohibiting the Florida Surgeon General from forcing citizens to get vaccinated. This is what they've been talking about, and some of the things that they've. Go ahead. You want to mention that?
Drew, that's actually one of the biggest things that I know that we can do. We can change where the Department of Health can't mandate a vaccination during a state of emergency.
Yeah.
And currently they do. They have that authority. And in Florida we didn't do that, but we want to make sure we have the authority to make sure that we that our schools can't mandate that children wear masks, or be vaccinated to go to school. We have that authority to do that also. And we're going to push for everything we can. It's amazing with the federal government.
Yeah.
So I was just looking at some stats from University of Columbia. University of Columbia estimates about a third of all Americans have had COVID already. About a third. So it's about 120 million, 110 million people.
Right.
Out of that 100 and some million people that have got it, there's no record that one person that had COVID ever got COVID again, and there's not one record of somebody that had COVID after they recovered gave it to anybody else.
Yep.
So I don't know what the federal government is doing except terrorizing Americans, taking away their liberties, and never mind spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. And it looks like they want to continue forever by this forced, booster shot down the road. And, to not get a booster shot, you're going to have to get a blood test to see where your antibody levels are. It's a continuing threat, but Americans have to stand up. Floridians need to stand up. And I know in the Florida House and the Senate and the governor, we're going to stand up and we're going to push back as hard as we can.
Yeah. And the CDC, I just had that story about how there was a FOIA request for the CDC because they wanted to know through health officials within the Health and Human Services Department, do they have any record of somebody who has recovered immunity, basically had COVID and has recovered from it, ever transmitting the virus? And there's none. That's the CDC. So the CDC has mentioned that too, that they do not have any records of that as well. It's an important distinction, especially considering how many people are out there that are told that they have to be vaccinated to be employed, and they've already had the vid. And that issue. Go ahead. You were going to say.
And the same thing, again, from the study from the University of Columbia, they're saying those that had it, their antibodies stay there. They're there. There's not like you need a booster of antibodies once you get it, from, a natural infection. But according to all the scientists that are pushing for these vaccinations, they're saying, well, if you get the Moderna, the Pfizer, the Johnson & Johnson, you're going to need a booster every 6 months for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Bob Rommel joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, state rep. Something else that has to do with school boards. On the heels of news from the New York Post about the White House, now we come to find out was, quote unquote, actively engaged with the National School Boards Association before it sent a letter to the Biden administration asking that the feds investigate people speaking out at school boards and calling them domestic terrorists. We also have something from Christopher Rufo from the Manhattan Institute, has been all over critical race theory. We come to find out this morning that even in one unified school district, Scottsdale, Arizona, the school board president has been caught assembling a dossier with confidential information on parents who oppose critical race theory, including photographs of their kids. They're getting ready to dox everybody. Private investigation profiles on parents, 160 pages with information including home addresses, family members, phone numbers, mortgage data, traffic tickets, known associates, and social security numbers. This is what the school district has been taking in Scottsdale, Arizona. They're caught doing it for just objecting to critical race theory. That is one thing, Bob, that I'm very concerned about. I'm concerned about when it comes to the issue of school boards and parents speaking out about what they see that is happening within districts, and especially here, right in Southwest Florida, that is on the other side of a lot of this, which is if you don't like what we're doing, we do have some people that might want to keep an eye on you. And, oh, by the way, we know where you live. And, oh, we know the people that you associate with. And, oh, by the way, we know it goes right down the line. No, it's not anything that we hear about that's happening here in Southwest Florida. But again, when you hear about it happening in other places, you realize how serious there are people that people are taking something that we were told not too long ago doesn't exist. Did I lose him? I lost Bob. Bob's gone. Bob's gone. Okay. Bob Robble, everybody. Sorry about that, Bob. There's more of your technical issues right here in the building. All right. That is State Representative Bob Robble joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Maybe he was so shocked at the story I told him, he dropped the phone. Maybe that's what it was. All right. 239-479-5592. Stephen Moore is coming up at 8:05. We'll have a conversation with him. He's going to be here in Southwest Florida. Looking forward to that visit. We'll give you details. And hopefully this is, fingers crossed, hopefully this is going to work today. It's the Friday Jake Day edition of Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And hopefully the 9th caller will get through at 239-479-5592, because if you are caller 9 right now, you will not only get to play Drew's College, but you will win tickets to see Fab 4. It is a Beatles tribute show happening at the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. So if you want a pair of tickets to see Fab 4, just call right now. Caller number 9. You'll get to play and win Drew's College next. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Heading out along I-75 southbound in Port Charlotte, we have a crash off to the right-hand shoulder that's been causing just some slight onlooker delays, and it's a little slick out in that area of I-75 through Charlotte County right around mile marker 170. So just watch out for some slight backups in that area southbound on 75 through Kings Highway. We also have a couple of crashes on Palm Beach Boulevard in Lee County, one right at Davis Boulevard just off State Road 31, and another close to Tice Elementary and Tice Street. That's at Mississippi Avenue and Palm Beach Boulevard. Clear along most of I-75 across Lee County, aside from some volume building up southbound approaching the Alico Road and Corkscrew Road exits. Through Collier County, no major problems. Immokalee Road a little bit busy heading through Collier Boulevard and toward Logan Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a very mild start to the day, look out for a few showers on your Friday. Very hit or miss in nature. Many of us will get through the day completely dry. A mostly cloudy sky today and a bit more humid with temperatures reaching to 83 degrees. We give you the chance for a stray shower as we head into your Saturday morning. 68 waking up with a high of 82 degrees for tomorrow, and a few showers remaining possible for your Saturday under a partly cloudy sky. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Have you heard them yet? Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, today at noon, right after Glenn Beck. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hello, folks. This is Representative Bob Rommel with yet another interesting Florida fact. Florida is home to 21 military bases and over 1.5 million veterans. That means we have the highest per capita veteran population of any large state, more than California or Texas. They have served our nation and they deserve our thanks. But our veterans are suffering in these uncertain times with labor shortages and fights over vaccine mandates that stifle our economy. News this week shows inflation increasing to a 31-year high. And what's Joe Biden doing? He sent John Kerry to the UN to announce an agreement with China to reduce our energy production even more, causing gas prices for veterans and everyone else to go even higher. In Florida, we have honored our veterans by lowering their property taxes, and there is no income tax for anyone. Let's keep it that way. Happy Veterans Day. Paid by Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
$9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only. Get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99. Installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. Call National, hey, exterminators. For $46 to get rodents and bugs to the 946 snow bug.
Shoo-ba-doo-wop, ooh.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs.
Bugs, termites, rodents, even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, no contract.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. Call National, hey, exterminators. For $46 to get rodents and bugs to the 946 snow bug.
Shoo-ba-doo-wop, ooh.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs.
Bugs, termites, rodents, even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, no contract.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's see. Let's go to Ian in Bonita. Hello, Ian.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now.
Right.
Do you know which president held office when Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State? Who was that?
That was Obama.
That is correct. All right, and you got an associate's degree. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. What does NSA stand for when we hear about the NSA? What does it stand for?
National Security Administration.
National Security Agency. Can we accept
Agency.
that? Yeah, we can't accept that. So, yes, agency, not administration.
All right.
All right, well, let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who won the first presidential election in 1789?
Oh, 1789. That would be George Washington?
Yeah, that is correct. Getting first presidential election. It's okay. First president. All right. So you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. How many United States senators do we have? How many United States senators are there?
There are 100.
That is correct, sir. Well, look at you. You did well. You kind of got a little off track there, and then you got right on the track on the bus. And off you went. That's right. You got to get back on that horse or track or whatever the case is. Well, congratulations, Ian. You got yourself a master's degree today on Drees College, and you got tickets to see Fab 4. It's a Beatles tribute at the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall. I'm going to put you on hold. You stay right there, okay?
Great. Thank you.
No, thank you. All right. Coming up, we're going to talk with Stephen Moore. Of course, he wrote the book Trumponomics, FreedomWorks senior economic contributor, and boy, we got a lot to talk about. He's going to be here in Southwest Florida, so we'll give you details on where he's going to be so that you can see him live. Coming up, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
It's time to drive in first-class style in a brand-new Genesis luxury sedan or SUV. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation for two very good reasons: our professional sales staff and our incredible selection. Like the all-new Genesis GV70, named Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, it features incredible performance, athletic styling, and superior technology. Or check out the all-new Genesis GV80, luxurious and pushes the limits of style and performance with all-road capability and show-stopping design. Also, according to J.D. Power, the G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper mid-size premium cars. Test drive a G80 and see for yourself. Genesis of Naples needs to be your first choice for luxury. So please visit us on Airport Road or online at genesisofnaples.com.
Based on January 2021 retail sales. For J.D. Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Big news from Simply Safe Home Security. Okay. Actually, I think the horns are too much. That's better. Big news. The new wireless outdoor security camera is here. Yes, Simply Safe's award-winning home security just got even better, taking whole home protection to a whole new level. Okay, I'm missing the horns. Simply Safe is celebrating this new camera by offering free shipping for a limited time. Visit simplysafe.com today.
Keeping you in the right lane for your drive home. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Heading out along I-75 southbound in Port Charlotte, we have a crash off to the right-hand shoulder that's been causing just some slight onlooker delays, and it's a little slick out in that area of I-75 through Charlotte County right around mile marker 170. So just watch out for some slight backups in that area southbound on 75 through Kings Highway. We also have a couple of crashes on Palm Beach Boulevard in Lee County, one right at Davis Boulevard just off State Road 31, and another close to Tice Elementary and Tice Street. That's at Mississippi Avenue and Palm Beach Boulevard. Clear along most of I-75 across Lee County, aside from some volume building up southbound approaching the Alico Road and Corkscrew Road exits. Through Collier County, no major problems. Immokalee Road a little bit busy heading through Collier Boulevard and toward Logan Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a very mild and slightly muggy start to the day, look for temperatures warming back into the 80s today under a mostly cloudy sky. We could see a few showers in and around the area. They'll be very hit or miss, many of us likely staying dry for the remainder of today and even into your Friday night, but be on the lookout for a quick downpour isolated across the area. As we head into tonight, we'll keep with the chance for just a stray shower. Saturday morning, waking up to another mild start near 68 degrees for overnight low. 82 for high on your Saturday. A few more showers possible throughout the day for Saturday, but once again, they'll be fairly hit or miss. As we into Sunday and a cold front continues to pass through the area for this upcoming weekend, we'll see a drop in humidity for your Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds, and then much cooler conditions with lows in the 50s as we kick off Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
At home or on your phone, no matter where you roam, you can always get rightallalong.net, the new web home for 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up, this message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale, this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
I'm John Morgan. All law firms are not the same. As America's largest personal injury firm, we have more trials, more lawyers, more office buildings, and more caring staff members than any other injury law firm in the world. There's really nothing else like it. Our reputation and results speak for themselves. With more than 2 million people just like you calling us every single year, your trust in us means the world to me. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. Most people don't know this, but in Southwest Florida, your air conditioner is designed for an outdoor temperature of about 92 degrees and the indoor temperature at 75. Well, oddly enough, it gets hotter than that in Florida in the summertime. That means that part of the year, your air conditioner is too small by design. It's the correct size for the house, but in the summertime, it seems to struggle for a little while in the afternoon, which may be very normal. So don't panic. Use a NATE certified mechanic to find out the truth and make sure your machine is sized correctly. Bigger is not better in this business. The right size is the right size. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
It's time to drive in first-class style in a brand-new Genesis luxury sedan or SUV. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation for two very good reasons: our professional sales staff and our incredible selection. Like the all-new Genesis GV70, named Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, it features incredible performance, athletic styling, and superior technology. Or check out the all-new Genesis GV80, luxurious and pushes the limits of style and performance with all-road capability and show-stopping design. Also, according to J.D. Power, the G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper mid-size premium cars. Test drive a G80 and see for yourself. Genesis of Naples needs to be your first choice for luxury. So please visit us on Airport Road or online at genesisofnaples.com.
Based on January 2021 retail sales. For J.D. Power 2021 U.S. award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic.
I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
educating us,
Standing up for conservatism.
giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. This is going to be a big day. December 7th, the Estero Republic Club Christmas party. It's their 3rd annual Christmas gala happening on December 7th. And the keynote speaker is Stephen Moore, and it's going to be happening at the Dromos La Fontana Banquet Hall in Bonita Springs, the 3rd annual gala of the Estero Republic Club Christmas. That, again, is December 7th. And like we said, Stephen Moore will be here in Southwest Florida. I'll give you more details on how you can get tickets so you can see him live here in just a bit. And Stephen Moore, Trumponomics author, FreedomWorks senior economic contributor, is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. It's Drew Steele. Great to speak with you again. How are you, sir?
Good morning. Well, I am so looking forward to coming out to Southwest Florida. You know, I live in Maryland, and it's rainy and cold here, so I can't wait to get back to the sunshine and some warm weather, and looking forward to that event on the evening of December 7th, which of course is Pearl Harbor Day.
Yeah, it's going to be a great evening, and we're going to love having you here, and I'm sure people are going to be interested to hear what you have to say about everything that's going on, because, boy, we've talked in the past about how the economy is something that people always care about when it comes to elections and what's going on. I would say now more than ever, they're probably keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I live in the D.C. area, as I was just saying, and we had big elections last week in Virginia, and just wiped the Democrats out. I think people are just sick and tired of the massive spending, borrowing, taxing. The school issue was really big out here, where the school board thinks that we work for them when the school board works for us, and so parents, of all races. And especially suburban women were really, really upset about how the teachers' unions and the school boards are, indoctrinating our kids with just left-wing, anti-America curriculum. So a lot going on in this country, and the big deal right now, as you know, is this absurd, massive $4 trillion spending bill that I call Govzilla. It is a catastrophe, a total catastrophe for a country if this bill passes. And we got to stop it. Kill as my buddy Larry Kudlow says. I was on his show yesterday. Save the country, kill this bill. We got to kill it. Or you think inflation is bad now? Wait till they pour $4 trillion more money into the economy.
Yeah, I know, and I think for a lot of people, they hear the word inflation. Maybe they're not sure that they've got a good grasp of what is going on specifically. How it makes budget issues worse, how it's a hidden tax. I mean, it really is a tax on the American people. And,
it is.
And one of the things that I really wanted to ask you about, and we can get into more detail on inflation and specifically what it is and how it operates. But, in the past, we always thought that economically we had this formula, right? You would raise interest rates in order to kind of calm things down, right? I guess that was sort of the old school formula of. But we can't really do that right now because of how much is at stake. If you were to do that, I guess for just the American people and where they stand right now, does that make sense? I mean, it's not something so simple like that.
Well, let's go back to the very, very, very basics of economics. And why is it that America is the greatest, most prosperous country in the history of civilization on this planet? It's because of the goose that lays the golden eggs, which is the free enterprise system. Right. It's the reason everybody in the world wants to come here. Yeah. It's not more complicated than that. When you give people freedom and liberty and free enterprise, people get richer. We become the richest country ever. And somehow that's a crime, by the way. We can't let people get rich. Oh, my gosh, there's rich people. We have to slash the rich, tax the rich, eat the rich. And so we have right now an assault in Washington against people who are successful and build businesses. And we got to tax the 1%. Who are they? Oh, yeah, they're the small business owners. They're the people who create the jobs in this economy. So, but you're right. So now we keep massively spending money. We've passed $2 trillion at the beginning of Biden's presidency. Remember that the blue state bailout bill that took money from people in Florida and gave it to people in New York and California and Illinois and New Jersey because, of course, they shut down their economy, so they needed money from places like Texas and Florida. They kept their economy running. Right. And so then we passed this absurd $1 trillion so-called infrastructure bill. It's really just a Green New Deal bill to destroy our American energy. And now they want $4 trillion more. I mean, I know people's eyes are kind of glazing over with how big these numbers are, but, Biden wants to spend more than the United States government spent to finance the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, World War I, World War II, the Cold War, the moon landing, the intercontinental rail system, and the interstate highway system. I mean, these people are out of control. And this isn't complicated. If you have the United States government continue to spend and borrow and print money, every time it does that, it makes the dollars that you have in your paycheck and in your wallet, in your bank account, look less. That's inflation. So every time you go to the gas pump, right now, the price of gas at the pump is $1.30 higher than it was this time last year. Can you believe that? $1.30. So, I mean, you pay $20 more every time you fill up the tank. That is the Biden tax. I love when I'm not going to tax anybody who makes less than $400,000. That's BS. Right. He already is. Every time you go to the gas station, you're paying that tax. So this inflation is killing lower income and middle income people. People may not know the exact definition of inflation, but they feel every day when they go to the grocery store and when they go to the gas pump.
Right, and it's the same thing with when the president will come out and say wages are higher. Well, what good are higher wages when all of that is going out the door in inflation?
That's a great point. So, I saw the president the other day say, wages are up 4%. And, normally that'd be a great number, fantastic. Great job, Mr. President, except, hey, wait a minute, prices are up 6.2%. So if your prices are up 6.2% and your income is up 4%, you're actually losing money. This is going to be the first year in a long, long time when Americans actually became poor. Biden is making Americans poorer because the inflation is outpacing the increase in their paychecks.
Yeah. Stephen Moore joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. He's going to be here in Southwest Florida for the Estero Republic Club Christmas Gala. That is December 7th, and it's at DeRomo's La Fontana Banquet Hall. So I would encourage you to get your tickets now It's going to be a great evening. You know, there are so many things that during the Trump administration that were happening with economics that were fundamental for conservatives, the lowering of regulations, and we would see where that would go. And some things that were unconventional for some conservatives. I mean, if we're going to be honest, as a conservative, I can tell you that when the idea of tariffs came up against China, I could tell you there was sort of a gasp in the room to think that that might be something to do, because that's not something that we would agree with as conservatives in the past, and talking about tariffs and how they have worked throughout. If you look at history and how it's played out, it wasn't a pretty scenario. But maybe you could speak to that, and even the regulations right now, because it seems like we're back. The good old days of it's almost as if Jimmy Carter and Joe Biden flipped a coin to see who was going to be dubbed the worst president ever. It's like a flip of the coin, and Biden lost.
Yeah, well, it's right now. I'd have to say that it's only been 10 months, but so far I would say no president has had a worse first year in office, at least in my lifetime, than Joe Biden. It's catastrophic what's happening to our country. Yeah. You just look at what's happening at the border. You look what's the incredible fiasco of Afghanistan that has made America so much more prone to terrorist attacks, and then you've got the inflation problem, the debt problem, the crime problem. It's really a sad situation right now. But as you know, I was senior advisor to Trump on the economy. I've served on his economic recovery task force, so I spent a lot of time with him, many times in the Oval Office. And I loved his agenda. By the way, I mean, we created the best economy ever. I think it's so interesting, isn't it? When I talk to people, even people who voted against Trump, because they didn't like, the way he acted or the way he talked. And sometimes I didn't like that either. But it's more, every day I find more people saying, I didn't like Trump's, the way he acted, but I liked his policies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're finding that to be true, but it's just so interesting. I like Trump's policies. So maybe we can have Trumpism without Trump. Yeah. We'll see about that. But anyway, the point is, what did we do? We deregulated the economy. We slashed tax rates on American businesses so they could be more competitive and hire more workers and compete with China and Japan and Germany. And then you mentioned the China policy, which initially I was very uneasy about it. And I would tell the president, I'm not in favor of tariffs, but he convinced me I was wrong and he was right. Don't you think? He was right about China. China is an adversary. They are an enemy of the United States and freedom around the world. And they are I think they're like Japan circa 1939 right now. I really do. Yeah. And I think saw it before anybody else did. And so I getting tough with China and standing eyeball to eyeball with President Xi is the right thing to do. We should be doing that with Russia as well. The Biden is going to make the president of Russia the wealthiest guy in the world.
Right.
Putin loves Biden because Biden's shutting down American energy. Guess who's getting rich off of that?
I know. How could he do? And this brings up another point, and I'm sure you've heard this before. I hear it all the time. And it is, and you can go through so many things when it comes to regulation and what is happening now as opposed to what people have done in the past. Recently, you brought up the MLA, the Military Lending Act, and what that's doing to our veterans and certain policies and the people that are doing, Democrats who are all on board with this, the president and those that are making these changes. And every time you hear all the things that you described, and then Joe Biden with our energy independence that has now been taken from us, and some of the other things that are happening that clearly he's doing, then you have to ask yourself, it feels awfully like this is by design. Like you'd have to make the things that are happening happen specifically the way they're going right now, because it's all because of the policies, and it's almost like they know it, but yet they continue to let it happen. Do you see what I'm saying? How it's
I do.
It's planned.
And, I'm just kind of smiling when you say that, because I cannot tell you how many times I was at a major conference yesterday in North Carolina, and I talked about, the disaster of what Biden is doing, and people would come up to me afterwards. I mean, more than 50 people. Is this intentional?
Yeah.
Are they trying to destroy our country? And look, let's just take climate change, for example. I mean, Biden goes off to Glasgow. Russia and China, the two biggest polluters in the world, didn't even show up. So they don't. Do you think Russia care about climate change?
No.
all China cares about is winning world domination. They don't care about climate change. They're accountable for 5 times more pollution than the United States is. We've been reducing our pollution levels. They're massive. They have 1,000 coal plants. They're building 100 new coal plants. Every time we shut down a coal plant here, they build 10 new ones in China. So and so basically Biden goes there and he just passing out American taxpayer money. India wants money. Zimbabwe wants money. All these poor countries. It's just a shakedown of the United States. Right. And Biden doesn't. Here's the key difference between Biden and Trump, is every decision that Donald Trump made, and I didn't always agree with his decisions, but I believe, having been around the man quite often, that every decision was about, will this put America first? Will it put America first?
Right.
Will it benefit American workers, American companies? That's what an American president should do.
Right.
He should put America first. I'm not so sure Biden does that. Yeah. I really don't. I think that he is much more interested. He should be the head of the United Nations, not the head of the United States.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that has been. Other presidents were mentioned before in the same way about.
Like Obama. But you know what? Even Obama. I look back now. I mean, when you compare what Biden is doing with what Obama did, Obama spent. Remember his shovel-ready projects. Remember that the stimulus plan.
Yep.
That was $900 billion. So let's round it up to $1 trillion. So at the time we were aghast. How could you spend $1 trillion? Biden wants to spend $6 trillion. Biden's making Barack Obama look like Ronald Reagan in comparison.
Yeah, and some of the things with Glasgow and climate change, and boy, don't even get me started on the supply chain issue. And I'm even talking about how the chain of how things are produced. It seems humorous to me that if you were going to go after a company like Apple or somebody who creates a product and say that your carbon footprint or taxes, well, what about all the things that happen in the chain of producing that product? It's not like Apple comes along and a phone sits in your hand. There's a chain of products that have to be created to get to that point. And what about those people? You don't even know throughout the chain whether or not the parts of the product that's being created, that those companies, those places, those areas are satisfying this climate change policy. They're not, and they're not going to. And you'll never get to that place where you'll look at some kind of carbon neutral product, because you can't be guaranteed that in the chain of producing that product, that everybody along the chain has been doing it. It's like ludicrous.
Yeah, and then you look at the, so we're going to switch to solar power and wind power, right? And is there anyone? We have a $22 trillion industrial economy. We produce cars, we produce steel, we construction, manufacturing, technology. Those are all very energy reliant. Does anybody really, really believe we're going to be able to produce all these things, $22 trillion with windmills? I mean, it is really the most ludicrous, crazy thing. We're now seeing energy shortages in the Midwest because now Biden wants to kill another pipeline. I don't know if you've been following that story. Right. But now people in the Midwest are looking at 25% increase in their home heating bills this winter when it gets cold because they don't have enough natural gas. It just it boggles the mind that we would do this. We were producing, I got to jump it. I'll give you one last statistic and look forward to next month.
Yeah.
So we were producing 12 million barrels a day of oil under Trump. And we had actually become energy independent.
Right.
We're now down to 10 million barrels a day of production under Biden in just 1 year. That means we're producing 2 million barrels less a day because of these crazy energy policies. Well, the price of oil is $85 a barrel. So that means, if my math is right, 85 times 2 is $170 million a day. $170 million a day we're not producing. That's $1 billion a week. That's $50 billion a year that's down the drain because we're not producing the oil and gas that we were before. I mean, why? Why are we doing this? Think about how many jobs are associated with $50 billion.
Right. It's all common sense, and you'd imagine that they see it. And that's why people say, you see all of this is happening. It's all common sense. We're all aware of it. It's almost as if it's by design. And it's hard to believe. But that's why people question it. Yeah.
But you don't have. I know he wants to spend $3.5 trillion, but don't worry, folks. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Don't do it. Don't. I don't want anybody to believe you or even hint at that. Don't do it.
If you believe that, you also believe that Al Gore invented the internet. Right?
Wait, he didn't? I thought that. Okay, there's another narrative blown. Another one blown today. Stephen Moore just blowing up narratives all over the place. I can't believe it. All right. We appreciate a few minutes of your time. We look so forward to seeing you here in Southwest Florida. We'll talk about the event coming up, and I know you got to jump, so we appreciate it. All the best.
Have a great day.
All right, you too. Stephen Moore right there will be the keynote speaker. By the way, Trumponomics is the book. Freedom Works, senior economic contributor, of course, worked closely with the president and the administration, former President Trump. He'll be here in Southwest Florida, December 7th. It's the 3rd annual Estero Republic Club Christmas Gala, December 7th. It's happening at DeRomo's La Fontana Banquet Hall. That's at South Bay Drive in Bonita Springs, so I would grab your tickets now. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, Stuart Duncan here of Duncan's Diamonds. People come into our store here in Southwest Florida and are amazed by the selection of beautiful fine jewelry and at exceptional prices. At Duncan's Diamonds, I will make sure personally that we give you the finest quality at the best possible prices. We get very excited about diamonds and are here to help you find that special diamond. We have the largest selection of magnificent and exclusive designer styles for you to choose from. Also, if you find a diamond or style on the internet, bring in a picture and we will get it or make it exactly to your specifications. And our prices and quality will exceed your expectations. I personally guarantee it. At Duncan's Diamonds, we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere, or any place, and you can count on it. Come in and see us in Fort Myers on US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and in Naples at the Mercado Shopping Center.
Mel's Diner is talking turkey.
We're bringing back good times and great food.
Watch the parade, enjoy the dog show, and go to Mel's Diner 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thanksgiving Day. Roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or Virginia ham steak with super salad, choice of potatoes and green beans and corn. Incredible, only $15.99. Key lime fish, $17.99. Or Mel's slow roasted 10-ounce prime rib dinner, $19.99. Thanksgiving kids meals, just $9.99. Order Mel's famous holiday meals to go. Serving up to 6 with your choice of fresh roasted turkey, roasted loin of pork, or baked all-natural Virginia ham, including all the fixins, and as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. Reserved by November 23rd. Mel's Diner does it all. Happy Thanksgiving from Mel's Diner.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clocks and experience the Fab Four, America's ultimate Beatles tribute, live at Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall at FSW December 1st. Tickets on sale online at bbmanpah.com, by phone at 481-4849, or at the box office. Relive the 60s and 70s with this year-for-year Beatles replication, playing some of the greatest songs of all time. The Fab Four, December 1st.
Hi, I'm Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, representing Florida's 25th Congressional District. As your representative, I work for you. If you need help dealing with a federal agency, my team can help navigate the federal bureaucracy and make sure your government is actually working for you. To receive assistance, please call my office at 239-348-1620. It's an honor and privilege to serve you in Congress.
This ad was paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
When your celebration of life is prepaid in advance, it becomes a gift from you to your family later. because no one should have to plan for a loss while they're experiencing one. Paying in advance protects your loved ones and gives you the peace of mind you deserve. Let us help you plan every detail with professionalism and compassion. We're Hodges Funeral Home at Naples Memorial Gardens. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back, 596 BACK. That's 596-2225.
Tee off for a great day of golf at Coral Oaks Golf Course in Cape Coral. Enjoy the best playing conditions in town, plus a large practice area and golf instruction programs for juniors and adults. Coral Oaks gift cards also make terrific holiday gifts for your favorite golfers. Book tee times up to 7 days in advance and register for upcoming charity golf tournaments at coraloaksgolf.com. We'll see you at Coral Oaks, where every day is a great day.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Couple of crashes in Bonita Springs, one on Old 41 and Bonita Beach Road, another at Imperial Parkway and Dean Street, causing major backup southbound off of East Terry Street toward Bonita Beach Road with that crash. Heading through Daniels Parkway, we have a crash at Metro Parkway right near Gulf Coast Medical Center. No injuries, just some slight delays at that intersection as well. Crash is getting cleared on Palm Beach Boulevard near Mississippi Avenue in the Tice area, and another close to State Road 31 right off of a busy stretch of Daniels Parkway. Keeping an eye also on delays along 75 through Charlotte County because of wet conditions, so watch out for some slowdowns. Be extra cautious out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a very mild and slightly muggy start to the day, look for temperatures warming back into the 80s today under a mostly cloudy sky. We could see a few showers in and around the area. They'll be very hit or miss, many of us likely staying dry for the remainder of today and even into your Friday night, but be on the lookout for a quick downpour isolated across the area. As we head into tonight, we'll keep with a chance for just a stray shower. Saturday morning, waking up to another mild start near 68 degrees for overnight low. 82 for a high on your Saturday. A few more showers possible throughout the day for Saturday, but once again, they'll be fairly hit or miss. As we into Sunday and a cold front continues to pass through the area for this upcoming weekend, we'll see a drop in humidity for your Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds, and then much cooler conditions with lows in the 50s as we kick off Monday morning. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. You've heard me say we're the working and retired person's country club. This means coming in for a meal, a drink, or with a party, and we will obtain your complete satisfaction with our food, service, and value. We strive for excellence with your service experience and our food. So on the rare occasion we fall short, tell us and we'll fix it. Plus, at Stevie Tomatoes, there are no pretenses, no attitudes, high prices, or rushing you in or out. Come relax, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. At Stevie's, we love meeting the men and women who currently and in the past work hard to make America great. We appreciate their values, honesty, industriousness, and affection for this great country. So head to Stevie's, where we strive for excellence in everything we do. I guarantee it. In Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I call national. Hey, exterminators. For it's $46 to get rodents and bugs to the 946 snow bug.
Shooby-doo-wop, ooh.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs.
Bugs, termites, rodents, even out of cancellation. Better service, better prices, no contract.
Goodbye, pests. I'll see you later. I call national. Hey, exterminators. For it's $46 to get rodents and bugs to the 946 snow bug.
Shooby-doo-wop, ooh.
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs.
Bugs, termites, rodents, even out of cancellation. Better service, better prices, no contracts.
Well, is the little pill working yet?
Men, these days could be a thing of the past. Hello, this is Dr. Lou Spangler at Neogenics. Recent advances in non-surgical treatment for erectile dysfunction, combining high-frequency shockwave therapy with the P-shot, which utilizes platelet-rich plasma, can help restore your virility. These treatments help restore blood flow to the penis and rejuvenate penile tissues, resulting in longer, stronger, firmer, more satisfying erections. Both treatments are simple, in-office procedures, and there is no pain and no downtime. You can resume all normal activities immediately after treatment, including sexual activity. Men, you don't have to suffer anymore. If you have erectile dysfunction or simply want to improve your sexual function, call Neogenics at 239-277-9999 for a free consultation. That's Neogenics at 277-9999. Again, 277-9999.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. You know that each and every day this time, we usually do the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35, but it's not a usual day because it's Jake Day. It's Friday, which means that Mike Opelka is coming up in just a second, pureopelka.com. And I will remind you that in about 10 minutes or so, we have our early numbers, our prelims on 10,000 for the troops. P.O. Box 877, Fort Myers, 33902. The number was texted to me just a little while ago. So we'll get the early returns, getting those Christmas cards out to our men and women serving overseas. December 3rd is the cutoff date. So let's make sure we get them in before then. Mel's Diner locations across Southwest Florida is where you can go to drop them off. And so many people getting excited and ready to go, so I'll let you know the number in just a bit. All right, here he is. It's Mike Opelka joining us right now on Daybreak. He's ready to go. Listen to this.
Yeah, sort of ready. I'm hungry. Mel's Diner always makes me hungry.
Yeah. You better believe it. All right, some of the things that we're keeping an eye on this morning. What's the first thing that you're checking out today that you're following?
The Earth Grazer. Did you watch the Earth Grazer? Did you keep your eye on that?
What are you talking about? I have no, clearly not.
Oh my God! Because please, The Earth Grazer is an object in space, and it zoomed over Georgia and Alabama this week, and people could witness this with the naked eye. NASA said that this thing is a little frightening. These are fireball meteors with a trajectory so shallow that they skim along the distances across the upper atmosphere, and rarely they will bounce off the atmosphere and head back out into space. But this was seen on Tuesday around 6 p.m. Thank God for daylight saving time going away. It entered the atmosphere at a real shallow angle, only 5 degrees from horizontal. And it was flying for so long that NASA had to recalculate the data to determine how far it had traveled. So this is kind of an interesting thing. It's a rare meteor that people are fortunate enough to see it. But, and we've got that other one out there that we're going to bump, that one that's coming our way that we're going to send like a spaceship out to bump it, to knock it off course.
Why are we doing this? Why are we messing with this stuff? We've been fine up to this point. Why all of a sudden are we worried about these things? We've been here for a long time without any problems.
Yeah, we'd like to keep it that way. Although there are days when I watch like things like the Rittenhouse trial or the MSNBC and CNN coverage that I pray for a meteor, a flaming meteor,
a flaming meteor. Just take us out. I'm ready. I feel comfortable. I know where I'm going. Everything's good.
That's right. I'm good, Lord.
Yeah.
Just get rid of the rest of it.
Yeah. It's not like Gene Simmons is in the news. We don't have anything.
Breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just in. Yeah. Now we got Gene Simmons in the news. Now we got. Oh, what? So he's calling.
What happened to the KISS Army? They
got old. They got old and grumpy. Get off my lawn, the guys they are now. That's what happened.
That's true. Now, KISS is a bunch of fetching old men. If you don't have the vaccination, you can't come in the villages. This is Gene Simmons. They walked away from a Vegas contract because of all the COVID stuff, and now he's telling people that they're the enemy. If you're walking among us without the vaccine, you are the enemy. I'll tell you what the enemy is. That helmet he wears, his hair. What the heck is that? I have no hair. And Gene Simmons, just no plugs, rugs, or drugs, brother. What the heck is that hair?
Wait a minute. Yeah, there's some truth to that. Yeah, well, you brought up plugs, and I think of all kinds of. I think of Joe Biden, but anyway, I digress. No, I want to get the quote because this goes back to we desperately want the truth and about all things vid, as opposed to the feelings of certain individuals and what they believe. Because I guess because when you read what he says and you realize the quote, because I'm looking for the quote. Do you have the quote? Gosh, I thought I had the quote in front of me and I don't have the quote. Oh,
hang on, we'll find.
Because when you see the quote, then you start to realize that wait a second. When you're talking about the unvaccinated and how we're all in danger because of the unvaccinated.
He's 72 years old. First of all, let's take that into account.
All right.
And Gene Simmons talked on Talk Shop Live, a podcast, and said if you're willing to walk. What is it? Walk, stupid pop-ups from Mediaite. I hate you. Go away. If you're willing to walk among us unvaccinated, you are the enemy.
Right, but he said something else, something about infecting others or something like that. Like the unvaccinated are the ones that are infecting everybody, and that's the problem. It goes again, Gene Simmons. You need to read a little bit. You need to look into what the vid is and is not, and the unvaccinated and the vaccinated. And who can get it and who doesn't, and natural immunity and the like. I mean, can we get into those details?
This was all sparked when a 53-year-old member of their tech team died of COVID. And some of the roadies were saying, well, dude, we've got lax COVID protocols here. That might have been the cause. And the band claimed some of the crew members hid their illness and carried forged vaccination cards. And Simmons also went out there, you don't have the right to go through a red light.
Okay. I can't do it.
It's interesting. There's something that came out this week, though, that Thomas Massey, the congressman from Tennessee, who I just think the world is cat, and he cited a Freedom of Information request from the CDC where they asked for proof that somebody who had contracted COVID and survived and therefore had robust natural immunity, that was there any data showing that one of those people actually transmitted the virus to somebody? And the CDC was forced to admit they have 0 cases noted of someone got COVID, survived, has robust immunity, and transferred the virus or gave the virus to anybody else.
But you wouldn't know that because nobody talks about that, and we'll bring that up. And don't we want all the information? It's just that's what's so frustrating. It's like we want to know all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Just tell us, and we don't get that. And because what? Politics? Because everybody.
Yeah, because we politicized what's really going on with the COVID. It's a disease that kills less than 2% of the people who get it.
Yeah.
And it's in some cases, in most demos, it's under 1%.
Right.
But we've turned it into a control mechanism.
Yeah.
And it's just the data is there. And thank God for the people who are putting these FOIA requests in to get this data out there. But if I would like to know if I had the COVID.
Right.
I don't know. I would think testing, as Pelosi used to say, is really important to know who's had it.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. And then you get into the politics of even the Rittenhouse case and the latest on that, and how you start to see, like for example, CBS, they had a tweet out about him being Rittenhouse being a murderer. Now they've taken that tweet down. You have some of the questioning that was going on from the prosecution and the suggestion that comes up about why were you calling Antifa and BLM? They're the rioters. You mentioned to Drew Hernandez, who was there from I forget which Real America's Voice, who was videotaped, right? And he said, because they were rioting. I mean, that's what they were doing. You could see it under like the suggestion that, well, why would you say that about them? Black Lives Matter as rioters. Why would you? Like all of a sudden, we start to see where this is going in a really bad place, and it becomes again another crazy angle of the politics and racism and white supremacy and white tears. I mean, some of the things that are being talked about during this trial have been outrageous.
Well, and now they've turned their anger and ire and airwaves on the judge because it's obvious this case is either going to be a mistrial or not guilty. And so therefore the judge must be dragged through the mud.
Yeah.
And it all started with his phone ringing with God Bless the USA. Who knew that was code? That was a dog whistle for white supremacy. And so this is really interesting to me how they have attacked the judge in order to impugn his credibility and say that the whole case is tainted.
Right.
And there were so many of them yesterday. I have a small montage, if you don't mind.
All right, go.
This judge is just really, this judge is an absolute joke. He's been a joke from the very beginning. It's absolutely disgusting the way he's conducting himself on the stand there. He's obviously playing for the audience, a certain audience.
It appears that this judge is auditioning for the cameras and looking for his next gig on Fox News or OWN or whatever, OAN or whatever it is. I mean, this judge is going beyond the pale. And trying to show off for the country his conservative credentials or whatever it may be.
And that's a smattering of the comments that impugn the judge. And really, it's just wrong to me.
Yeah.
And these are the people who only want the justice to be upheld if it falls in their direction.
Right. I got some exciting news for you, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on a second. Are you ready for this? John Cassio has entered the building. John Cassio, program director. Oh, it is so good to see you.
Hi, guys. How are you? It's so delightful.
He's faking positivity here.
What are we talking about?
Let me recall my days in the 70s. John, how are you?
Yeah. Oh boy! What are
we talking about?
I don't know.
Radicalized white supremacy?
Yeah, we are.
Cool, man.
With Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, and that judge is going to be on OWN, huh?
Yeah, OWN.
Oprah Winfrey's network?
Or Fox.
Cool, or Fox. They're pretty much the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna be on Fox, and we all know, thanks to Nicole Wallace, that Fox News is it's the white supremacy network.
Yeah.
Did you hear this?
Oh, what?
Every person that watches right-wing media isn't armed, and every person that's armed doesn't watch right-wing media. But the intersection is notable, and inside the intersection is, or I guess the intersection there is adjacent to this domestic terrorism.
So the intersection of conservative media. I would like these people think they are so stinking smart. Can't you talk like people?
No.
Please.
So wait a second.
It's the intersectionality.
The
intersection.
Go ahead. So is that downtown where that intersection is?
It's left turns only.
Left turns only.
Exactly. It's at the corner of Bull and hey, everybody.
Yeah,
okay, we got
right.
it. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun right now with John Cassio because now that he is here as well. So are you ready to do this? Because I talked about it. I kind of teased it a little bit on the air because I think this is a good lesson for people on a Friday to go into the weekend. Maybe they don't know the most popular slang words in America. There are people that are hearing words and they're like, I don't know what this guy is saying next to me, and they don't know if they're saying something bad, saying something good.
Listen, I
What?
was talking to this dame the other day, and let me tell you, she was the cat's pajamas.
Okay, it's not the cat's-
bee's knees, if you know what I'm saying.
All right, so we've got everybody in the room. Even Jake the millennial can chime in on. Well, actually, you're gonna end up being the one that's gonna tell us whether or not this is true. So, all right, so we're gonna play the game. Here we go. Is everybody ready? All right, here we go. The most. Well, don't sound so depressed, everybody. It's okay. The most popular slang in America. Thirsty. What does it mean to be thirsty when somebody says
please,
thirsty?
Please.
Okay, Michael Pelka. Thirsty. What does that mean?
It means you're craving attention.
Okay, John Cassio. What does it mean?
Is that a hot social media picture?
Okay, Jake, tell him what it is. Go ahead.
Mike's right.
Mike's right. That's right.
Leave it at
Thirsty
that.
means like you're needing approval or affection or something. Okay. Savage.
I'm close. Don't they do something
That
on
wasn't even-
social with thirsty?
Thirst traps. Yeah, that's what he's
Thirst
talking about.
traps. God, that's so cool.
What's a thirst trap? What are you
I don't
talking
know,
about?
but the kids say it all the time.
It's like clickbait with a
Exactly.
hot photo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something you get at 7-Eleven. All right.
I speak millennial.
Or was that a Buster?
Actually, that's a really good idea. Who's going over 7-Eleven for that thirst trap? I guess it means
Okay.
something totally
All right.
different.
We don't have it. Moving on. All right. Savage. What does it mean? Savage. When they say something savage, what does that mean? Michael Pelka. Savage.
It's good. It's powerfully good. It's beyond good. It's truth to the nth degree.
John Cassidy.
Yes, I agree.
You
with
agree?
Mike, yeah.
No, that is incorrect.
It's like being, beyond human capabilities to be a savage, to do
Yeah,
things
like,
and not really care about someone else's
That's
opinion.
right. Savage means you don't care about the consequences. So when you do something savage,
Really?
Yep, you're doing it because you're like, hey.
So
if
like
I-
how Joe Biden's destroying America,
That
he's
is right.
savage?
Yeah, very good. All right,
Wait
no,
a
we don't
minute.
have the
Wait a
drums.
minute.
Hold on a
This
second.
is a slang. This is a slang test, and that's kind of the actual definition of savage.
Okay, listen, don't over-examine this, okay? We're trying to have fun on this Friday, okay? Catfish, you all know what catfish is, Michael Pelka.
Sure, it's delicious, breaded, fried.
That is incorrect, John Cassio. What is it? No, you've already used your time. Go.
It's when you're going to meet somebody and then it's somebody else, right?
Jake, what is
It's when
it?
I show you a picture of someone like, I don't know, a
Me.
famous person, and someone that looks better than both of us. Like Tony Stark, if I showed someone a picture of Tom Cruise and like, hey, this is me. That's catfish.
Okay, you're right, assuming a false identity. Okay. Low-key. Low-key means what? What does low-key mean?
Well, Loki was one of the
understated. All right, that's too easy. Okay.
Under the radar, yeah.
What about if something's extra? What does that mean?
Exactly what it means.
That means
Like it's
you are
Over the
definitely-
top.
It's
Over
like
the
really
top.
good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Goat. Everybody knows what goat means.
Greatest of all
Yeah,
time.
it's cabrito. You make it and you cook it at cabrito. It's delicious.
Have you ever had goat?
Yeah.
Oh, it is delicious. It's really
It is.
good. Yeah,
You ever
it
had
is.
rattlesnake? It's delicious.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That I
Which is a
haven't had.
rattlesnake roundup, and it tastes like chicken.
All right, everybody knows what. Okay, everybody knows what woke
Never.
means. If something's
That's
on-
racist.
What if? Wait, easy. If something's on point, what does that mean, Michael Pelka? If it's on point,
You mean on point or on fleek?
on.
They mean the same thing. Almost.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, they do. They do. So
Listen
on
to
fleek,
him
it means
talk.
it's on
He's got
point.
synonyms.
Come on now.
All right, we got that. So yeah, that means it's exactly right. All right, salty. What's salty?
That's my language.
Yeah, like it's
You're angry, bitter, or angry.
yeah, like you're an angry person.
Yeah.
Like you're annoyed all the time.
And ghosted means
Oh, you've been ghosted. We've all been ghosted.
Like California was with Gavin Newsom the last couple of weeks. Ghosted.
So wait a minute. So Gavin Newsom ghosted the whole state of California.
Son of a
It's usually
I don't want to go see this broad.
related. Yeah, it's usually relationship related.
Hey, by the way, didn't he end up at somebody's wedding with Nancy Pelosi? Of
course,
doing like she was the
maskless officiating a wedding.
Have you seen the pictures of this wedding?
Yeah.
Has everybody seen the picture? Okay, this is going to be a very random thing that I bring out, but this is I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah.
The Nancy Pelosi "I hate America and masks are for everybody else except me" wedding looks exactly like scenes from the 80s cult classic Masters of the Universe.
It does?
Yes. I'm not joking. She looks like Skeletor from He-Man.
That could very well be
I'm
the
not
case.
joking. Look at the wedding pictures and then look up Masters of the Universe. It looks exactly the same.
I just think it's
Cassio. You got to stop using the Bidenisms. Not a joke, folks. Not a joke. Not a joke. My word is a Cassio.
All right. Well,
you got that.
All right. I'm looking at the time. We got to run. But as the president of the United States would so eloquently say,
True international under pressure.
so we'll leave it. We'll leave it.
No, that's not what he'd say. He'd say this.
I'm trickled out.
Okay,
trickled out.
I'll one up you.
Bad care.
Okay. Do you want to do this? We could do this all day.
I've got plenty. I've got
Go,
a
quick.
magazine.
Go.
Fully loaded.
Go.
Now I know you've got final. You know you got in the finals the MVP player here and
oh my God.
Yeah, he's great. He knows everything about the sports.
Okay.
Sports.
We got to go about the sports.
I know the sports and the winners.
All
Yes.
right, we got to go. We're running long. Goodbye, Michael Pelka. We appreciate you.
I'll be at the Trap King's crib if you're looking for
Thirsty.
me.
Thirsty and salty.
All right. Salty is. All right.
Thirsty
Goodbye.
and salty show.
We gotta go,
I love
Salty
you.
Show. All right, goodbye. It's daybreak. Oh, wait a minute. We can't go yet because we got the numbers.
Give us
All right,
the
all right,
numbers.
wait a minute. I just got texted the number. The number for 10,000 for the troops.
Yes.
We are at
2,317 cards.
2,700 and
2,317 cards.
2317. 2,317. So we've got a little ways to go to get to
Keep 'em
10,000.
coming.
Keep them coming. All right.
Mel's Diner from Naples to Cape Corals. Drop them off. They're there waiting for you.
All right. We'll see you guys. Have a great weekend. Glenn Beck is next. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Beatlemania. Turn back the clocks and experience the Fab Four, America's Ultimate Beatles Tribute, live at Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall at FSW December 1st. Tickets on sale online at bbmanpah.com. By phone at 481